Hello everyone, and welcome to Vortex. What Ifs? So we are back with an interesting movie on what if Naruto was discovers his heritage with vampire powers. But before we start, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you enjoy my content. Let's start the story. Naruto was shocked, beyond shocked. Sasuke just took a fatal blow for him and was in front of him basically walking dead. Why? I didn't ask for you to protect me. How should I know, Dobi? My body moved on its own. Sasuke managed to say while collapsing on the bridge. Naruto, I promised not to die until I killed him. Don't die, Dobi. Sasuke became quiet as unconsciousness took him. Naruto stared at his fallen teammate, immediately thinking the worst. As he did, Haku watched from within her mirrors. Is this the first time you've seen a comrade die in battle? This is the world of shinobi, I'm sorry. But you must not get in Zabuza-sama's way, Haku said as she readied Senbon. Naruto became enraged by that statement. His blood began to boil and a powerful Yuki shot from his body. Shut up, Naruto shouted as his eyes became red with slits. How dare you say that about my teammate? As the Kyuubi's Yuki overtook his systems, he began a transformation. His hair became a silver color, he grew to about Sasuke's height. His fangs became growing. As this happened, Kyuubi watched from its cage. To think, not only is this boy a Hanyu, but of vampire blood too. Let's see how this plays out, Kyuubi said as it watched the battle. At the bridge, Naruto stared at Haku with superiority in his eyes. In a second he was in front of Haku's mirror, fist raised. Haku had little time and was able to jump to another mirror but was knocked out by Naruto and his superior speed. So fast, what is he? Haku thought as her mask started to crack. As Haku laid it on the bridge, Naruto stared at her with cold red eyes. He then turned and looked at Sasuke. It's faint but there is still a heartbeat. Obviously she doesn't have it in her to kill, Naruto said as he made his way to where Haku was struggling to get up. Zabuza-sama, I am a broken tool and have failed, Haku thought as her mask cracked in half and dropped to the ground. Naruto paused for a second, remembering the girl in front of him. So she was associated with Zabuza after all. Naruto then continued the walk till he was in front of the downed Kunoichi. He then put his finger in a little of her blood on the ground and tasted it. Nice and refreshing, like drinking spring ramen. Naruto then looked at the girl. Why do you hesitate? I killed your comrade, did I not? Haku said. Don't waste my time with your lies. Though faint, I can sense the Tem's heartbeat from here, Naruto explained coldly and then stared up to the sound of chirping birds. Looks like this battle is about over. As he said that, Haku noticed the mist begin to clear and looked to see Zabuza pinned by dogs and Kakashi hand filled with lightning chakra. Haku used the last of her chakra to make an ice mirror and dashed to save Zabuza's life. Naruto just glared, foolish, and then disappeared by pure speed. With Zabuza and Kakashi, Kakashi was readying his lightning blade after he felt Naruto's Yuki be released. He wanted to make sure the seal was still intact, so he was to end this quickly. Zabuza, your future is death, Kakashi called out as he shot towards the nuke nin. Lightning blade. As he traveled, an ice mirror appeared before Zabuza. Damn it, too late to change direction. Before the attack could touch Haku, a hand took his and moved him towards the side of the bridge and a foot kicked Haku and Zabuza in the other direction. Kakashi-sensei, they are no longer our enemies, Naruto said to his sensei. What do you mean, Naruto, and what happened to you? Where's Sasuke? Kakashi asked, concerned for his students. Before Naruto could answer, any Gato came along the bridge with an army of bandits. Demon of the bloody mist. More like a baby demon. Too bad you didn't die, Zabuza. I wasn't going to pay you anyway. I can pay these guys a fraction of what I promised to pay you. Gato yelled out from behind his army. Attack, kill them all but leave the women for. Naruto dashed before him and stabbed his heart with his hand. Fool, thinking you are above this town, you should learn your place, Naruto said before he ripped his hand from Gato's chest. Blood splashed as the business tycoon died. As the corrupt dealer died, the bandits screamed in outrage. You killed our meal ticket. Let's go attack the village. Let's kill them all. Beef. Or they can move. An arrow shot towards the lead bandit's foot. They all stared to see Olive wave with various weapons ready to defend their home. If you want this village, you'll have to come through us. Inari yelled and the villagers yelled in agreement. As the bandits were stunned, they were hit with a massive amount of killing intent. They saw the silvered youth staring at them with murder in his blood-red eyes. The bandits then ran. Some jumped the bridge to get away from the bloodthirsty youth. After they escaped, Naruto stared until he fainted on the spot. Used too much chakra. As Naruto fell, he was caught by Kakashi, who was marveling at the former blonde's transformation. Naruto, how much stronger have you become? Naruto opened his eyes and sees himself inside a sewer. He began looking around before standing up. He then feels a presence telling him to follow, and he follows it to a cage. Beside the cage was himself, but taller, red slit eyes and longer fangs. Who are you and where are we? Naruto asked his lookalike. Said lookalike turned from the cage and viewed his outer self. I am you, that is all I know. If you want more answers, ask this creature here. Inner. Naruto made a gesture to the large cage. Naruto turned to the cage. The large cage was kept shut by a tag with the kanji for seal. As he examined the cage, he noticed two large red eyes stare back at him. So both of you are here. Good, this makes it easier, a voice said from behind the bars. What are you and what happened at the bridge? Outer. Naruto yelled to the Biju. I too want to know what has happened in our sudden transformation. Inner. Naruto said next. I am the Kyuubi, king of the Kitsune clan and strongest of the Biju. As for what happened, you seem to have awakened your heritage, young Hanyu. Kyuubi said. Heritage? Both Narutos asked. Yes, at the bridge you started using some of my Yuki. In doing so you awakened your own Yuki and power. The power of a vampire. Kyuubi explained. Vampire? You mean those creatures from legends? How can I be one? Outer. Naruto asked while Inner remained silent. Long ago there was a barrier separating humans and Yukai from meeting, as most Yukai wished to eat the humans and most humans wanted the Yukai exterminated. So the great demon lords decided to keep both worlds separate and created a school to help Yukai better interact with humans and live alongside them. Your ancestor, Moka Aono, was able to bring both worlds together with the help of her mate Sukune and their friends. Moka's vampire powers was passed down through her family to your mother and then to you. Kyuubi explained. While Outer. Naruto was busy taking in the information. Inner. Naruto wanted more answers. That does not explain why there are two of us in our new appearance, Inner. Naruto said. Outer. Naruto now noticed that he was taller. His muscles were now leaner and built. He looked at the water to see he still had his cerulean blue eyes and spiky blonde hair. He then stares at Inner. Naruto and besides his more built muscles and eyes and hair, and he realizes they were the same. This goes back to your ancestor Moka. She kept her powers sealed, which led to her inner personality. It seems you inherited the same problem. Kyuubi explained. After he said that, Inner. Naruto started fading. What is happening, beast? Inner. Naruto demanded. It seems that our time is up, and since you are the lead personality, you are the one in control. Hey, this is my body and I want to get out. Naruto yelled to his twin. Fool, like I have any more control than you do. I will talk to Hokage-san to see if he can solve our situation. Inner. Naruto said as he disappeared. Outer. Naruto grumbled before turning back to the fox. Since you mentioned my mom, I want to know everything about my family. Tazuna residence. Naruto began opening his eyes to see himself in a bed. After getting up, he noticed Haku asleep in a chair near him. Did she stay there all night? Naruto thought as he turned to her neck. She does have delicious blood. Must be from her Kekkei Genkei. Naruto began to shake her slowly and her eyes started to open. She then immediately blushed and bowed. Naruto-san, I hope you are all right, Haku said with her face similar to a certain Hyuga. I am fine. Do you know what happened after I blacked out? Naruto asked. Yes, after you killed Gaiduten Zabuza-sama and I was able to find his money and give it to the villagers in Wave. Your team took you back here to nurse you and Uchiha-san back to health, Haku said. So the Tem is fine, I guess that's a relief. Naruto thought. And what about you and Zabuza? After all the commotion, the hunter Nin may be back on your trail soon. Haku then gained a depressed look. We may have to leave and take our chance and stay here, to be honest with you, Naruto-san. I'm tired of running around. If you want you may accompany us to Konoha. I can talk to Hokage Dono for you, Naruto offered. Really? Haku said excitedly. Yes, Hokage. Dono owes me a few favors and also because of your blood. My blood? You mean my Hyoten? Well that helps, but I mean your blood. Your blood was delicious and I hate to for a lovely kunoichi's blood to be spilt. Haku blushed before standing up. I will inform Zabuza-sama and tell the other you are well. No need. Naruto then got up from the bed. Haku began drooling at the sight of Naruto shirtless before he put his shirt on and she became disappointed. I will accompany you. They walked downstairs and found everyone in the living room. Inari was the first to notice the two. Naruto-Nisan, you're awake. This got everyone's attention as they looked to the young vampire. Naruto, I'm glad you're alright. If you could, can you tell me about your new appearance? Kakashi asked his student. Of course. All I can guess is that I awakened a new Kekkei Genkai during my battle. I believe Hokage Dono can answer more questions. Naruto said. Kakashi gained a hopeful look under his mask. He knew that he could not speak about Naruto's parents, but with this he can now have Sarutobi tell everything. Sasuke just scoffed. No matter what this Kekkei Genkai is, it is nothing compared to the Sharingan. Sakura just looked impartial. I know I like Sasuke-kun, but he keeps pushing me away. Maybe I can get a date when we get back to Konoha. Shaw, are you kidding me? If he didn't respond after being teammates, what makes you he'll respond now? Inner Sakura protested. I just want to find out. If not, maybe I'll give Naruto that date he wanted. Time skipped 2 days. After 2 days the bridge was finally complete. Team 7 and Haku looked back at the wave villagers and Zabuza. Zabuza-sama, are you sure you do not want to come with us? Haku asked her father figure. I'm sure. I'll stay here and make sure another tyrant never comes here again. Haku, you deserve a life without suffering, and that is not what I can give you. Go to Konoha, and live a peaceful life, my daughter. Zabuza said. Haku been tearing up and ran and hugged her, too-san. After a minute she ended the hug and went back to Team 7, but mostly Naruto's side. They soon began their journey back to Konoha. So what should we name the bridge? Tsunami asked. How about Tizuna's super awesome bridge? Tizuna said, which got a sweat drop from everyone. What about the Great Naruto Bridge? Inari offered. The Great Naruto Bridge. I like the sound of it. The Great Naruto Bridge, named after the hero of Wave. Tizuna said. Haku was awed by the size of Konoha's wall and the village. The village was almost the complete opposite of Kurigakure. As she admired the stores and villagers, Team 7 all had their own thoughts. I'm worried about Naruto's condition. Maybe the Hokage may know what's wrong with him. Kakashi thought. With my Sharingan I'm finally closer to killing him. I need to study the advanced Kaden Jutsu when I get home. Do I need to say it? The old man should know about my heritage. I really don't want to be out. I don't how the other Naruto handles walking through this town and not attack these fools. Naruto thought. Sasuke-kun and Naruto just keep getting stronger. I feel more like a hindrance than a teammate. Sakura thought. The group made their way to the Hokage's tower. When they reached the tower, Kakashi stopped them. Alright Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, you're all dismissed. I need to give Hokage-sama the mission report. Kakashi said to his squad. Kakashi-sensei, I need to speak to the old man about Haku and my heritage, so we'll be going on with you. Naruto said. Kakashi just shrugged and allowed him and Haku to follow him. After they left, Sakura turned to Sasuke. Sasuke-kun, I just want to say. Scene change. Hokage's office. Hiruzen Sarutobi has seen many things. He survived the Great Shinobi Wars and has mastered all jutsu in the village, giving him the title the God of Shinobi. All this did not prepare him for what was about to happen. While Sarutobi was battling his archenemy Paperwork, Kakashi entered the room. Ah Kakashi, how may I help you? Yutobi asked, glad to have an excuse away from Paperwork. The mission to Wave Country was a success. Kakashi started. Also, we have a former Kiri resident with a bloodline who wants to join the village. I take it that the person is outside the office. Well, send them in and be sure to tell me the whole report, Kakashi. Sarutobi ordered. After Kakashi gave the OK, Naruto and Haku entered the room. At first Sarutobi was fine until he saw the silver-haired youth in orange. Naruto, is that you? Sarutobi asked. Of course, And I think you may know why I'm like this, Naruto said. Sarutobi sighed and then turned back to Kakashi. Kakashi, leave the mission report and then you are dismissed. Naruto and I need a private moment. Naruto turned to Haku. Haku, can you please wait outside the office for me? Of course Naruto-kun. Haku then left the office while Kakashi used Shunshin. Sarutobi then got up and walked towards the portraits of the Hokage. I knew this day would come. I just didn't think it would awaken so soon. Sarutobi said as he reached the Yondaime Hokage's portrait. You knew about my Shinso blood. Why haven't you told me before? Naruto asked. I know because your mother was the exact same, except unlike you she had complete control over her vampire blood. Sarutobi moved the portrait to reveal a safe. Naruto watched as the old Hokage took out 3 scrolls and a necklace. Mocha's Rosario, Nuff said. Naruto, I'm sorry I had to keep so many secrets from you. Right now you're thinking if you can trust me, but I did all of this to protect you. Sarutobi handed Naruto the scrolls. The first scroll was red with the symbol for Whirlpool. The second was yellow with the symbol for Namikaze. The third was silver and had the symbol for Shinso. Naruto decided to open the first scroll. Naru-chan, if you are reading this then my worst fears have happened. I'm sorry I couldn't have lived to watch you grow. Your first steps, your first words. I only hope the villagers respected your father's wish, but I know that will not happen. If you are anything like me you may have awakened your Yuki and became a Shinso Hanyu. Don't worry, the silver scroll will explain all to you. I love you Sochi-chan. Your Ka-san. Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto noticed some of the ink was blurred. His mother was crying when she wrote this. Naruto's hair covered his eyes and he skipped to the silver scroll and read. Shinso Hanyu. If you are able to read this scroll, this proves that you are my descendant. I am Mocha Aono. Naruto skipped part of the scroll seeing as Kyuubi explained most of that to himself and the outer Naruto. He skimmed till he got to the part he was looking for. Like me you should have manifested what I called an outer and inner self. As you grow your 2 selves will soon fuse together. The Rosario was my way of keeping my Yuki under control. The seal allows only someone close to you or one who loves you with all their heart to remove it. When you are strong enough, you may use the release seal on your own. Become strong and carry the vampire name with pride. Mocha Aono. Naruto stopped reading and grabbed the Rosario from Sarutobi. As he stared at the Rosario, Sarutobi asked him a question. Before I forget, which Naruto are you? Sarutobi asked. I believe according to this I am the inner Naruto. That's a relief. I don't think I can handle walking though the village again. Naruto answered. Sarutobi frowned. He had made it law not to speak of Naruto or the Kyuubi's sealing is so Naruto may make friends with the next generation. However, many have found ways around his law in the past. Naruto attached the chain before he looked at the pendant. Hen attached the pendant and was surrounded by Yuki. Naruto's hair changed back to blonde. His muscles lessened but were still lean and visible, his eyes opened to show his old blue eyes. Ji-san, how are you in Wave? Naruto asked. Your mission ended 3 days ago. You're back in Konoha now. I was just explaining to you your heritage. Sarutobi explained. I already know. Let's say a certain fox told me about my Ka-san. This scroll should tell me about my 2-san. Naruto asked. Yes, but you should take all 3 just in case inner Naruto's memories don't transfer over. Also you can have this. Sarutobi gave Naruto a scroll. Naruto opened the scroll to see a list of jutsu. Shadow Clone Explosion. Shuriken Shadow Clone. Wind Style. Great Breakthrough. Wind Style. Wind Sword. Naruto started reading the list. Since you need more jutsu in your arsenal I picked some safe ones from the Forbidden Scroll. Think of it as an apology for an old man's mistake. Naruto just smiled at the old man. Suru Baka, I already forgave you but can you do me this favor? Sarutobi was shocked. He expected Naruto to be yelling back at him. Maybe inner Naruto transferred some of his calmness to Naruto. Of course Naruto, what is it? My friend Haku-chan wants to live here in Konoha now. She's a strong kunoichi, great at medicine, and even has a Kekkei Genkai. Can she stay? Naruto asked. Sarutobi thought back to the girl Naruto brought with him. I need to speak with her first, then if she wants I can have her take an exam to become a shinobi. Naru. Chu was excited that he ran out the office and dragged in a blushing Haku. Haku was still shocked that the blonde-haired Naruto had appeared after the silver-haired one. But she was distracted by Naruto's muscles before Sarutobi called her name. So you are Haku, are you not? Sarutobi asked. Haku looked towards the elder Hokage with a blush still visible. Yes, I am. Naruto explained that you had a Kekkei Genkai. May I see it? Haku was hesitant remembering her experience back in Kiri, but one look at Naruto's approving look shattered her fears. She manipulated the water in the air to form a small ice sanban. Amazing. I heard of the Hyoden of Kiri but I never seen it in person. Well, all that matters now is a place to stay. If Naruto-kun doesn't mind, I would like to stay with him. Haku's face turned a dull pink. It's all right with me, Haku-chan. Naruto said. Well, would you like to become a kunoichi of Konoha? Sarutobi asked. Yes, and I would like to study medical ninjutsu. Haku added. Sarutobi approved it. Well, you two may go. I need to go back to my paperwork. Why don't you use shadow clones to finish faster, Ji-san? Naruto asked. Sarutobi was frozen before banging his head on his desk. So that's how you did, Minato. While Sarutobi was having a breakdown, Naruto and Haku walked back outside. Well, what do you want to do now, Haku-chan? Naruto asked. If it's okay, I would like to see where you live, Naruto-kun. Haku answered. As the two began their walk, they didn't notice a certain Hyuga watched them leave. Naruto was walking Haku to his apartment since she wanted to see where she would be living. As the two kept on walking, they both were thinking their own thoughts. I know Naruto-kun isn't an average shinobi, but he's way different from the Naruto in Wave. Maybe I'll ask him later. Haku thought as she enjoyed the sights of Konoha. I got to get to work on the Shinso scroll and see my two sans scroll. Naruto thought. What point is it looking at that scroll? You should focus on mastering your new Yuki before anything else. Inner Naruto criticize. I just want to know what my two-san wrote. Kyuubi already told me who he is, I just want to see what's in it for myself. Naruto explained to his inner self. As the two were walking, Haku unconsciously walked closer and closer to Naruto. However, she felt a shiver go up her spine. What is that key? Killing intent, Haku wondered as she started looking around, but both shinobi didn't see the owner of the Ki. Hinata watch. Them walk towards where she knows is Naruto's apartment. Who is that girl? And why is she so close to Naruto-kun? Hinata continued to glare at Haku before having a small nosebleed at Naruto's new look. When did Naruto-kun get more handsome? Don't tell me now I have competition. Hinata then shunshin from her hiding spot. The duo made it to Naruto's door. Well, here it is. Sorry if it's a little messy, it's been like this as long as I remember. Haku was shocked. The apartment was basically a mess, the floor covered in old ramen cups and dirty clothes. She looked to the fridge to find most of the items expired. Naruto, how do you live like this? Haku wondered as she saw the apartment's condition. Naruto just scratched the back of his head. Some places in Konoha don't allow me inside, and ramen is the only thing I can buy without it being spoiled or rotten. Haku then grabbed Naruto's hand and started dragging him out. Haku-chan, what are you doing? Naruto asked as even his new vampire strength couldn't escape. We're going to see Hokage-sama about your condition. Haku yelled as she was angry beyond belief. Meanwhile, Sakura was just wandering around Konoha. After what she just experienced, she just wanted to die. Flashback. After Kakashi took Naruto and Haku with him into the Hokage's office, Sakura stopped Sasuke before he could leave. Sasuke-kun, I just wanted to say, maybe we could. Stop right there, Sakura. Sasuke interrupted. You are pathetic. Out of the three of us, you are the weakest. I've awakened my Sharingan and now I need to become stronger. A useless kunoichi would just get in my way. Sakura was frozen to the spot and tears began forming. She knew she didn't do much in her shinobi career, but to hear it harshly from her crush. Do us all a favor and train, and leave me alone. Sasuke then began his walk to the Uchiha compound. Sakura just stared at the ground for a while, then wiped her tears and walked out into Konoha. Flashback end. I can't believe he said that, Sakura said. Shanaru, who does he think he is talking to us like that? Inner Sakura said enraged. While Sakura was shocked and angry that Sasuke said what he said, she couldn't argue that he was right. I'm not going to be a burden anymore. I need to find Kakashi-sensei and see if I can get more training. Sakura ran as fast as she could to the closest bookstore. Where else does Kakashi go after a mission? Back to Haku and Naruto. Sarutobi was reading his Ika as his clones finished up his paperwork for the day. And to think you took this secret to the grave, Minato. As he kept on enjoying his book, his door suddenly slammed open and he quickly his it. Sarutobi saw an angry Kunoichi, Haku, and a dizzy blonde, Naruto. How can I help you too? Sarutobi asked. I'm sorry if I'm rude, Hokage-sama, but I want to know why Naruto lives the way he does. Haku asked. Haku, while I see you care for Naruto a lot. Hugh blushes for Naruto and Haku, but that is only for Naruto to tell. Since you are here, I did forget to give Naruto his pay for the mission with all that was going on. Sarutobi then handed an envelope to Naruto. Since your mission was up to an A rank, I'm sure there's more than enough to help fix up the apartment. Naruto opened the envelope before he froze at the contents. Ji-san, this is way too much, Ryo, are you sure? Sarutobi raised his hand to stop him. That is just the least I can do. Naruto, you cannot get your inheritance until you have turned 16 or have become a Chunin. The Chunin exams are coming in 1 week. I hope to see you at your best. Naruto closed the envelope and then gave Sarutobi a true smile. Thank you, Ji-san. And I'll make you proud at the exams, and I never go back on my word. That's my ninja way. Naruto then turned around with a blushing Haku, and Sarutobi just laughed before returning to his book. Minato, Kushina, you would be proud if you can see him now. Naruto stopped Haku outside the Hokage tower. I know we have to shop for food and everything, but I haven't had Ichiraku for a while. Want to join me? Haku nodded. Of course, Naruto-kun, I would like that. Did Naruto-kun just ask me on a date? As the two arrived at Ichiraku, they saw Team 8. Hey guys, what's up? Naruto asked as he and Haku reached the stand. Team 8 turned around to see Naruto and Haku. Hey Naruto, whoa, what happened to you? Finally sprouted up Dobi. Kiba asked. Ah, shut it, dog, breathe. Let's just say I awoken my Keke Genkai on my last mission. Oh, this is Haku-chan, I met her in my last mission too. Naruto introduced. All of Team 8 had different reactions. Keke Genkai. I know Kushina-sensei had one, but that Rosario he can't be. Kurenai thought. I can't believe Naruto found this hottie on a mission, and from the looks of it she has the same look as Hinata-chan. Naruto gets all the luck. Kiba thought. And Uzumaki Keke Genkai. Besides the obvious, he hasn't changed. Maybe there's more than meets the eye. Shino thought. I knew you were special, Naruto-kun. Wait, that's the girl who went to Naruto-kun's apartment. I may have competition, but I was here first. I won't give up. Hinata thought. So what is your Keke Genkai, Naruto-kun? Hinata shyly asked. Naruto sat down and ordered before he answered. It's like a transformation. I can hear and see better, and I'm way stronger. Haku sat down beside Naruto and noticed Hinata's look towards Naruto. If she thinks she can be with Naruto-kun, she better think again. As the ramen came to the table, all but Naruto noticed the tension between Haku and Hinata. Ah, young love, Kurenai thought. Kiba banged his head on the counter. Damn idiot. Shino was just being Shino. After 10 bowls, Naruto then paid for both him and Haku. Well, it's been nice seeing you guys again. Naruto and Haku was about to leave before. Anyo, Naruto-kun. Naruto then turned to Hinata as she began to play with her fingers. I was wondering if we could train together tomorrow. Hinata stuttered out. While everyone else was stunned by Hinata's sudden bravery, Naruto just smiled. Sure thing, Hinata-chan. I'll see you at training field 7 tomorrow. Haku was secretly glaring at Hinata. Sneaky little. She knows Naruto-kun can't resist training. Naruto-kun, do you mind if I came with you? I need to keep up my training as well. Haku asked. This time it was Hinata's turn to glare. That little, this was supposed to be alone time with Naruto-kun. Sure thing, Haku-chan. Now we got to go before the shops close. Naruto then ran off with Haku behind him. As they ran off, Hinata had her Byakugan out full blast. I need to ask Otu-sama about Ka-san's jutsu scroll. Time skip. Naruto and Haku were just leisurely walking around. After going to various stores and buying food, furniture, and other things. Naruto was finishing his tour with Haku. You really are clueless, aren't you? Inner Naruto said. What do you mean? Naruto asked. Forget it. Inner then broke the connection. Before Naruto could wonder what that was about, he spotted a depressed Sakura. He then walked up to her as she was just sitting with a depressed look. Sakura, is there a problem? Naruto asked. Sakura then looked and then lost her depressed look. Oh Naruto, it's you. It's just that I found out Kakashi-sensei can't teach me and I want to get stronger. Naruto then tilted his head to the side, confused. I don't get it, how can Kakashi-sensei not help? Sakura then stood up with an angry look that made Naruto back up slightly. It's that jerk Sasuke. First he basically ripped my heart out, then Kakashi-sensei said the council ordered him to only train Sasuke because of his Sharingan. Naruto then gained a sad look. Of Su. RSE, they would want to kick the Tem ass. Why don't you create your own style? I'm sure you could come up with something. Sakura then got a surprised look. Since when did Naruto give good advice? Please. What you really mean is when Naruto-kun became more handsome. Sakura then gained a small blush. You're right Naruto, that's a great idea, but can you help me? I'm going to need a lot of practice. Sakura asked. Sure thing. In fact, me, Haku-chan and Hinata-chan are going to meet at Training Field 7, you can train with us. Naruto offered while not seeing Sakura's blush or Haku's glare. Sakura then did the last thing anyone thought she would, she hugged Naruto then bowed. Thanks Naruto. I promise to work hard. She then ran home to think of her new style. Naruto was frozen to his spot before he turned back to Haku. Well, do you want to head back? Haku nodded. Yes, I want to see what our clones did to the place. As they walked, Haku only had one thing in mind. I may need my mother's scroll if I want Naruto-kun's attention. At the Hyuga compound, Hinata was walking to her room with a cream white and gold scroll in hand. Naruto-kun never gives up, so I won't give up either. Just watch me, Ka-san, Naruto-kun. Hinata then went to her room and began reading, visions of a blonde Jinchuriki in mind. Haruno residence. I can't think of anything. Come on Sakura, think. Those perfect scores in the academy has to be good for something. As Sakura was about to quit, a book fell from her shelf. As she picked it up, she noticed the title. Bleach. This is Ino's. I forgot to give it back. Sakura began to skim through it before she got to a certain page. Senbon Sakura. Who knew the pig is actually useful this time? Naruto opened his eyes to see himself in his mind. However, instead of the normal sewer and such, he found himself in a forest. He looked up to see the moon, blood red and bats flying out the trees. Naruto looked around for signs of Kyuubi or his inner self. He started looking around before a bat landed on his shoulder. The bat was brown except for the white on its stomach and black wings. Who are you? Naruto asked the bat on his shoulder. The bat just stared at the blonde before starting to fly towards the forest. However, the bat stopped as if expecting the blonde to follow. I think it wants me to follow it, Naruto thought before walking towards the bat. The bat then flew into the forest and this time Naruto started to follow it. After a while the bat stopped and so did Naruto. In front of a woman with pink long hair in a ponytail, red eyes and wearing a purple dress. The bat then landed on the woman's shoulder. I see you are my descendant, the woman said as she felt Naruto's Yuki. Naruto just stood there confused. Are you Mocha Aono? The woman shook her head. No, I am not. I am Akasha Bloodriver. I made the seal you now wear. Naruto then clutched the Rosario around his neck. Then why am I here? Akasha then walked towards Naruto. So I can improve the seal, of course, she said as if she was talking about the weather. Why would you need to improve the seal? When I put it on, it keeps my powers under control, right? Naruto asked. Akasha then touched the Rosario and it started to glow red. Actually, it was made to suppress a vampire's power. However, it suppresses it to the point of an average human. I made this seal so that my daughter could live alongside humans and eventually control her powers. However, the Rosario wasn't made for a Hanyu. Shinso or not, Akasha explained. So how are you improving the seal? Naruto asked as he sees the Rosario stop glowing. Akasha then stood up to explain. Basically, it's then same seal except you will be able to remove it when you're ready, and it improves your chakra control and allows you more Yuki. Akasha then turned to the bat. Ko-chan, can you please bring the scrolls? The bat now named Ko appeared to nod its head and flew off. Naruto then looked at his Rosario and asked, when I read the scroll it said that it can only be removed by those close to me. What do you mean I'll be able to remove it? In time Naruto, in time. Akasha said as Ko returned with 2 scrolls. She then handed both to Naruto, one green and the other blood red. The red scroll has some techniques you must learn to master your Shinso powers, as for the green scroll is for another time. Akasha said seeing Naruto starting to fade. Hold on, when will I know to open the green scroll? Naruto asked as he feels himself waking up. You'll know Naruto, like your mother did. Akasha said as Naruto disappeared. Is it really a good idea to give him that weapon? A voice asked from behind Akasha. Yes, if he's anything like you or Kushina then he can handle its power. Now let us go, Akasha said as she walked off. Naruto's apartment. Naruto woke up in his bed to see Haku snuggled up with him. After having a small nosebleed and moving he sees 4 scrolls on his new dresser. One was yellow, one was silver, one was green, and one was blood red. Naruto then gained a determined look. I can't wait for training. Haruno residence. Sakura woke up to see she slept at her desk, theories for her new jutsu and jutsu scrolls spread out over her desk. As she started stretching she thought back to what happened last night. Flashback. Sakura and her mother Sayuri were in the middle of dinner when Sakura got a question in her head. Ka-san, what was To-san like again? Sakura asked. Sayuri stopped eating before explaining. He was a strong and powerful man. Though he wasn't a shinobi he did specialize in a style of genjutsu. They both turned to the sword that hung on the wall. It was his wish that you use his sword and revive the Haruno name. However he was killed during an invasion in the last war. Sayuri explained. Sakura had a thoughtful look before saying. Did To-san leave any kenjutsu scrolls? Trying to impress Uchiha-san with some kenjutsu. Sayuri asked until she saw her daughter's angry look. I don't want anything to do with him, he's just a teammate nothing more. But I want to be stronger so I won't be a burden anymore. Sakura said. Sayuri then smiled before leaving and then came back with 2 scrolls. Well then you'll need these. And you may want to get your own Bakken for training tomorrow. Sakura then gained a hopeful look when she thought of her training tomorrow. Naruto, I promise to make up those years in the academy, and earn your friendship. Flashback end. Sakura then began getting dressed. She wore shorts under her black skirt. A new red battle kimono with falling cherry blossom design. The Haruno symbol on her back. As she saw herself in the mirror she then placed her hair in ponytail and then put her headband in its normal place. Time for some real training. Sakura said to herself. Shanaru, Hyuga compound. Hinata after she woke up began reading over her mother's scroll. Her mother apparently had her own style of juken for more flexible Hyuga. After trying it last night Hinata found out that the style was more perfect for her than traditional juken. After finishing reading she went to her closet to find an outfit to impress Naruto. If more girls are going with Naruto-kun to train, then I'll make sure his eyes are on me. Hinata thought with a small blush. After dressing she looked in the mirror to see herself wearing her usual jacket, however she had a tight blue sleeveless training top over a fishnet shirt and blue pants that hugged her figure. After putting on her sandals and headband she now looked at her hair. She usually kept it in the usually Heim style but decided to let her hair grow remembering Naruto liked girls with longer hair. Her hair now reached her shoulders. I'm ready. Ka-san I'll make you proud. Hinata said not noticing her scroll and eyes glow silver. Naruto apartments. After a shower Naruto looked at his new look. He now had black sandals, black Anbu pants, and sleeveless black shirt under his new blue jacket. He now wore his headband on his shoulder. As a belt he wore a headband he got from Sarutobi. The cloth was red but the symbol was a spiral. The symbol of Uzushiogakure. As he got out the shower he sees Haku already starting breakfast. As he sat down he started thinking about the Rosario. Someone close to me. I don't want to rely on others to get stronger, I'll get stronger with my own power. Naruto thought. Naruto-kun, breakfast is ready. Haku said as she set the food on the table. After they both finished eating Naruto offered to do the dishes. The food was delicious Haku-chan at least let me help by cleaning. After Naruto was done, they both made their way towards the training ground. Scene change. As Sakura was making her way to the training ground, she first went to see Ino. After entering the shop, Ino was surprised by Sakura's new look. "You think Sasuke will fall for you because you changed your look's forehead," Ino said, and was surprised to hear Sakura's answer. "You can have him, Ino pig. I just came to give you back your manga before going off to training," Sakura said, putting the manga on the counter. Ino had a confused look on her face. "Training. Asuma-sensei said all genin had the week off for some event." "Why training?" Sakura then thought of her last mission. "On our last mission we had to fight a powerful Rouge ninja and I couldn't do anything. So I want to get stronger so I won't let my team down. Later pig, I got some training to do," Sakura said before leaving. "Oh no you don't, billboard brow, I'm coming too. Ka-san, I'm taking a break," Ino said before rushing after Sakura. Training ground 7. At the fours, Naruto and Haku arrived and saw no one else there. "Yes, now I can have Naruto-kun to myself," Haku thought in her head. "I wonder where everyone else is. I wasn't really expected Sakura to be here, but where's Hinata-chan?" Naruto thought. "If you would pay attention, Haruno-san just arrived with some else just now and Hyuga-san is just outside the field," Inner said. Naruto then looked, and gained a full blush when he saw Sakura and Hinata when she took off her jacket. "Wow, Hinata-chan looks really beautiful and so does Sakura-chan." Naruto then shook off his blush, though Sakura and Hinata were having similar thoughts. "Okami is that, Naruto-kun, he always looked handsome but now, don't faint, don't faint," Hinata thought as she now resembled a tomato. "Who knew Naruto could look this good? Shaw, he twice as hot as he was. I say we forget training," and Sakura then got a deeper blush from the mental image. Ino was the first to break the silence. "Naruto, is that you? What happened? You look like an average shinobi. If it weren't for your hair I wouldn't recognize you." Naruto then scratched behind his head. "Come on Ino-chan, I need to look serious sometimes, don't I?" Soon Sakura then remembered her notes. "Naruto, I need your help. I think I have the jutsu down but I want to test it first." Naruto nodded before Sakura dragged him away. While Hinata and Haku both glared at her, Ino just looked with curiosity. Sakura and Naruto. Sakura then got into a defensive position. "Okay Naruto, throw some weapons please." Naruto reached for some shuriken but was hesitant. "Are you sure Sakura-chan? What if your jutsu doesn't work?" Sakura then started to plead. "Please, I need to get stronger and this is the only way. If you want me to get stronger then please." Naruto paused before throwing a few shuriken. The shuriken flew towards Sakura but before they hit, a pink barrier appeared and blocked the weapons. The barrier then faded into Sakura petals before disappearing. Naruto stood there with a surprised look on his face. "Whoa, what do you call that, Sakura-chan?" Sakura then made more petals circle around her. "Ninja art. Sakura no mai. Cool isn't it Naruto-kun?" Sakura said as she played with her new jutsu. Naruto then thought something. "Is it just defensive, Sakura-chan?" Sakura shook her head. "For now it is. But now I need to work on some kenjutsu." The petals then faded. Hinata then chose this time to make a bold move. "Anyo, Naruto-kun, I need a partner for my taijutsu, could you help?" Naruto then turned towards them. "Sure, just give me a moment Hinata-chan." "Sorry Sakura-chan, maybe after." As Naruto left, he didn't see Sakura slightly glare at Hinata. Hinata and Naruto. After Hinata GGED him away, they now were both in different stances. Hinata was in a stance similar to Juken but with more flow, and Naruto was in a different stance. His feet apart with one arm tucked in and the other out. "Are you ready Hinata-chan?" Naruto then tightened his stance. Hinata nodded before charging towards Naruto. Naruto started with a punch but Hinata dodged to the side and tried to hit the points in Naruto's left arm. Naruto backed off before aiming a kick to Hinata's head. Hinata dodged with crazy flexibility, then blast chakra into Naruto's chest. As Naruto flew, he hit the ground. Before Hinata could check to see if he's okay, she felt something sharp across her neck. "Looks like I win Hina-chan," Naruto said as he had a kunai to her throat. After removing the blush from the new nickname, she saw the Naruto on the ground go up in smoke. After he let Hinata go, her put both arms behind his head. "Wow Hinata, If it wasn't for the substitution you would have had me. What was that style? Hinata blushed before playing with her finger. It's called Tenraken. It's a style from a scroll my Ka-san left me. Before Naruto could answer, Haku then started to drag him away. Come on Naruto-kun, we need to practice our accuracy, Haku said before she took him towards the targets she set up. Time skip. After what seemed like hours of girls dragging him around the training field, his stomach started to growl. After the picnic Haku had bring, his stomach was still growling. Wow Naruto, even after all that food you're still hungry, Sakura said. Maybe it was from the food, Haku said sadly. Naruto then shook his head. No, it's just a part of my Kekkei Genkei. It just means. Naruto then got a blush from embarrassment. Means what Naruto-kun? Hinata asked. Just feed from one of them already, you already did from Haku. Inner said. That was you, besides what if they think I'm a monster or something? Naruto thought. You're about to find out. Your instincts are taking over, Inner said. Naruto then noticed the blood on Hinata due to their spares. Naruto's eyes had a glazed look and his fangs became more pronounced. Kappa Chu. Naruto then started to kiss Hinata's neck, at least to the girls. Naruto then started to suck Hinata's blood while said person was frozen was a full face blush. After a minute of shock, Naruto then got off of Hinata. Hinata tastes like cinnamon buns. Why are you girls looking at me like that? Naruto asked. Most men would kill themselves to be in the position that Naruto was in right now. Surrounded by beautiful girls. However, right now Naruto was wishing he was somewhere else as the kunoichi staring at him for an explanation. Naruto just scratches the back of his head thinking about what to tell them. Oh man, as if this wasn't bad enough that I drank Hinata-chan's blood, now they want an explanation about it. Why not just tell them the truth? Inner asked from his spot in the mindscape. What do you mean tell them the truth? It's likely that they'll hate me or worse. Naruto thought as he thought back to the mobs that used to chase him when he was younger. I sense no ill will from these girls, also Haku seems not to care as I have drunk from her and the Hyuga only has a curious look on her face. All you basically have to deal with is the gossip queen knows Ino. Inner said just as he cut off their link. Naruto mentally sighed before he turned back to the girls. Before I start explaining, I need you all to promise that you'll keep everything that I said a secret. Does this have anything to do with what happened on the bridge? Haku asked as well as gotten Sakura's attention. The bridge, of course. Naruto came out of his fight all different and hasn't changed back until I saw him in the village. Sakura thought. Shaw, maybe it's a kick-ass new bloodline. Inner Sakura added. Naruto nodded and just sat waiting for their answer to his question. Naruto-kun, you have my word that I will never tell your secrets to anyone. Hinata said, though with some stuttering. You also have my word, Naruto. Haku quickly said, not wanting to get upstaged. We're teammates, I'll keep your secrets safe, Naruto. Sakura said. Since Sakura's my friend, I guess I can. Besides, you probably got tons of blackmail from the academy, don't you? Ino said. If you keep my secrets, I'll keep yours. Naruto closed his eyes and took in a deep breath. All right then. Naruto started telling them about his childhood. He told them about the abuse, he never told them about the beatings and the mobs or all the horrible events that happen on his birthday. He even got brave and told them the reason for the abuse, the Kyuubi. Naruto stopped his story to see all of them in tears. To think that Naruto has been through so much already. I remember when he used to help me with the bullies before Ino. And I turned away his friendship just for some attention from the Uchiha. Sakura thought. Naruto really has suffered, and yet he still has the strength to smile and laugh as he does. I'll work hard to give him the affection he needs. Haku thought. If only I wasn't so shy, then I would have the courage to help Naruto-kun before. I'll work harder to earn your love, Naruto-kun. Hinata thought. All this time I just thought he was a goofball with no parents. But he just acted like that to hide all the pain from growing up. It's lucky he hasn't gone insane or left the village. Ino thought. Naruto, thank you for trusting us with that. But that still doesn't explain why you drank Hinata's blood. Sakura said. The reason why I did that was because I'm a vampire, or at least half vampire. I don't know about my two-san, but my Ka-san had Shinso blood and it was passed down to me. Naruto explained. You can't be a Shinso, You don't have pale skin or red eyes or any of the normal traits. Ino said. Naruto then showed the Rosario around his neck. It's because of this Rosario. The Rosario suppresses my Yuki, so this is my normal appearance. When I remove it, I use my full Yuki and I transform into my Shinso self. Ino just stared at the Rosario curiously. Can you show us? I can't remove the Rosario by myself yet. Only someone close to me that I consider precious can. Naruto answered. Ino's side then gained a devious look. So only someone precious to you can remove it? Naruto nodded, but on the inside he was afraid of where this was going. Inner Naruto just watched. Devious, that girl must have some succubus blood in her somewhere. Ino then turned to the other three kunoichi, then back to Naruto. I know we're not close, so I can't remove it, but if one of them was to remove it. The point that Ino was making started to sink in. Cue lightning between Haku and Hinata and a thinking look from Sakura. Sakura. If I can remove the Rosario, maybe it will show how much Naruto thinks about me. We'll show Naruto our love by removing that Rosario. Haku and Hinata, as the two kept with their glaring contest, both had their own thoughts. If I can remove the Rosario, then it's one step closer to Naruto-kun's heart. Hinata thought. To get closer to Naruto-kun, I will remove that Rosario. Haku thought. Inside the seal, Kyuubi just laughed from the behind the cage, thinking about the situation his container has gotten in. Inner in the meanwhile was just sighing at the trouble that Outer put them into. Training Ground 7. Naruto kept on backing away, trying to escape, but his back soon met the trunk of a tree. He turned to the tree and back over to the three kunoichi easing towards him. Ino was right now laughing, but a part of her wished to join the fight. Soon it turned into a comical dust cloud as the three fought for the Rosario with Naruto caught in the middle. As Hei fought for the Rosario, it also caused some clothes to be ripped and some skin to be shown. Soon Naruto just passed out. The kunoichi just kept fighting, till one soft sound filled the air. Click. The three were then blown back by a wave of Yuki. As the girls looked, Naruto was covered in crimson-red Yuki. Soon the Yuki took the form of bats and flew away and left the form of inner Naruto before them. As they looked, all four couldn't help but blush at his appearance, but what was different was the scowl he had and the blood-red slit eyes. Inner Naruto just stared at them. Which one of you has my Rosario? The girls heard his question, more like command, and looked to see the Rosario in Sakura's hand. Sakura then walked over and gave the Rosario back with a nervous look. One all the kunoichi have. You all are lucky Kyuubi was able to stop a total flood of Yuki, or else the whole village would be here. As for you Haruno-san, Q gulp from Sakura, Outer Naruto may be different, but we are the same person. He is willing to give you a chance, however I will be more wary of you. Inner said. Sakura just nodded her head, too afraid to say anything. This Naruto just said the other has already giving her a second chance, and it wasn't a chance she was going to waste. Inner Naruto then turned to the rest. As for the rest of you, remember to keep this secret. Because I am not as forgiving as my other self. Make a wrong move against us and I won't be so polite next time I'm out. Also all of you need to become stronger. I will not tolerate fangirls in my presence. You all need to train to use the gifts in all of you. Inner then reattached the Rosario and changed back. Meanwhile Naruto just looked back at the girls. I'm sorry. My other self is more honest and hurtful than anything. Naruto tried to apologize. What did he mean, the gifts in all of you, Naruto-kun? Hinata asked. Hey Inner, what did you mean by that? Naruto asked. I had my suspicions about them, and now that I met them personally I am certain. The blonde and the ice woman each have Yuki within them. The Hyuga has energy, but I don't know what it is. Inner explained. What he meant was that Ino-chan, Haku-chan, and you Hinata-chan may have some Yuki, or in Hinata-chan's case something more. Naruto answered. While the three thought about that, Sakura's head dropped a little bit. So, I'm just normal compared to all of you. Naruto shook his head. No Sakura-chan, you are special. So what if your family didn't descend from Yukai, the one that Marie my Shinso ancestor was a full-blooded human just like you? That's how I know you're special, Sakura-chan. Sakura had a full blush before she thought to herself. So what if I don't have any special gifts? I'll make my own and show Naruto-kun how special I am. Naruto then looked to see the setting sun. It's getting late. maybe we should all head home. Ino and Sakura then began their walk home. Goodbye Naruto. Look me up in case you want to talk more. Ino said. I'll see you tomorrow for training Naruto. Sakura said. Hinata then bowed before getting ready to go. I'll see you soon Naruto-kun. She then made her way to the clan district. Haku then turned to Naruto. So what should we have for dinner Naruto-kun? Anything. All the food you made was delicious Haku-chan. You're going to make someone a lucky husband in the future. Naruto said. Haku blushed as they made their way home. Hopefully that husband is you Naruto-kun. TBC. Not. Just kidding, I wouldn't stop it here. On with the rest. Scene change. Iwagakure, one of the 5 great hidden villages. Many were still angry at its defeat to Konoha by a single man. One of whom was the Tsuchikage. Now the Chunin exams were on their way and he has a plan for Konoha. In front of him was one of the best genin teams in Iowa, each one well into Chunin level but one member stood out the most. Tsuchikage Dono, may I ask why we were called? Han asked as his team was assembled. Onoki looked from the team to the Jinchuriki. It came to my attention that you have felt a mass of Yuki from Ware's wave. Yes, Han answered, and from reports from our spies, show that the last ninja there were from Konoha. So the rumors about Konoha having a Jinchuriki were true. Onoki said, I have a mission for you and Naya. The kunoichi of the team stepped forward. She wore a long-sleeved yukata that was yellow and blue and long enough to double as a skirt. Ender it was a sleeveless fishnet shirt and black biker shorts. She had long brown hair and pink eyes, rising C-cup and plump behind. Yes old man, she asked with a bubbly grin. Onoki just sighed, knowing he will never reason with the girl. I want for you to kill Konoha's precious Uchiha and if possible deliver the Jinchuriki back to Iowa. Are they strong? Naya asked. Maybe. Will it be fun? Will you accept the mission? Naya took a second to think before smiling. Okay Dono you can count on me. Onoki's sweat dropped. Perfect. Team Han you are dismissed. Han I need to give you your assignment. The team then earth-shushined and left Han and Onoki alone. Naya maybe could kill the Uchiha, but the Jinchuriki is another story. If possible earn his trust and have him come on his own. Or deal with him yourself. Do you know of the Jinchuriki's name? Han asked. Onoki nodded. The spy was able to get the name Naruto. That is all. Han then bowed before using steam shunshin. Who knows, this could be fun. Han thought. Takigakure, I am to capture the Jinchuriki of Konoha. Fu asked. Yes, right now villages are wary of us because of you. But if Taki can have a second Jinchuriki we can establish ourselves as a major village. The Taki leader said. The Jinchuriki's name is Naruto. During the Chunin exam you are to capture and deliver him back here. You know the price of failure Fu. He then traces his hand on a seal next to him. Fu then unconsciously grasped the collar around her neck. I do. I will complete this mission. Sunagakure. Baki. How is her condition? The Cage asked the Jonin. She is still unstable. I don't know what's keeping her from killing the whole village. I'm just lucky her Aneki can calm her down when needed. Baki answered. The Cage stared at him before saying. We were given an offer from Otogakure for their invasion of Konoha. Your team is very crucial to this. She is to use the power of the Ikibi during the 3rd round of the Chunin exams at their signal. Baki bowed. I will give them your instructions. He then shunshin out. In a room in the Cage mansion a girl kept her gaze at the full moon. The girl had long red hair, green eyes, a tattoo on her forehead, the symbol for love. She wore a sleeveless black shirt over a short sleeve fishnet shirt and black pants tied on the ends by medical tape. Mother told me of that Yuki, she said as she looked at the moon, fueling her madness. I will destroy it, for my existence. Naruto was walking the streets of Konoha. After basically telling Hinata, Ino, Haku, and Sakura his secret he felt relieved to know that no of them hated him but he still saw a certain glee in their eyes but he just shrugged it off. A day has passed since then and that day was full of hectic training, between taijutsu with Hinata, accuracy training with Haku, and helping Sakura with her new jutsu. He just needed time to himself. That was what he wanted, but he knew he wouldn't get his wish with the square-shaped rock following him. Konohamaru. Rocks aren't perfect shapes and they definitely aren't square. Naruto said as he turned to the rock. So you saw past my disguise, just what I expect from you Naruto Bozu. A voice said in the rock. The rock then exploded in a bright light that blinded Naruto for a second. When he turned back he sees Konohamaru and his two friends coughing within the smoke. I told you we used too much gunpowder, Konohamaru said between coughs. They soon stopped coughing to see Naruto just staring and got ready for their signature poses. I'm Moegi, the prettiest girl in the academy. A small girl with orange hair and two pigtails that hanged up. I'm Udon and I enjoy math. A brown-haired boy with a perma-runny nose said. And I'm Konohamaru, the next Hokage. Konohamaru said. And we are. The Konohamaru Corps. They all said together. Naruto just blinked a few times. I expected Konohamaru but I didn't know you would have friends. Konohamaru just smiled. A lot of things has changed since your mission, and speaking of changes, what happened to you? Oh, I just awoken my Kekkei Genkai on my last mission, so I guess I kind of look different. Naruto explained as he scratched his hair. Naruto, is that you? Sakura called as she appeared on the streets. Hey Sakura, how is your jutsu going? Naruto asked. It's good, I really can't thank you enough for helping. Sakura said with a small blush. Hey Naruto Bozu, is she your? Konohamaru held his pinky up. Both Naruto and Sakura blushed. No, Konohamaru, we're just teammates. Naruto said waving his hands. Sakura nodded but looked a little disappointed. Oh, I see, she doesn't really have a big chest and she has that huge forehead. Konohamaru stated bluntly. Soon Konohamaru felt a massive and looked to see Sakura holding a sword made of sakura petals. She had glowing red eyes and her hair waved rapidly. Konohamaru, you might want to run. After Naruto said that, Konohamaru took off with Sakura dead on his heels. As they ran off, Moegi turned to Naruto with a small blush. Boss, will Konohamaru be okay? Moegi asked. Naruto shrugged. Depends how fast he runs. Come on, let's chase after them. Scene change. Konohamaru kept on running away from the angry Kunoichi and was so focused on escaping he didn't notice the person he bumped into. Before Konohamaru could stand up and apologize, the person grabbed him by his scarf. You little shit. The person was wearing a black bodysuit with two cat-like ears, and bandaged bundle on his back and purple war paint on his face. You know I really hate trash like you. The person said again. Kankuro, put him down before she gets here. The girl was wearing a lavender outfit with fishnet here and there. A red sash and a large fan on her back. Come on Tamari, she won't know about this. Besides, I want to teach this Gaki a lesson. Kankuro said before he noticed a kunai being held to his neck. Said kunai was being held by Naruto, who was staring at both Suna Shinobi with his slitted eyes. You know you really should put him down. Not only are you messing with the Hokage's grandson, but you are also messing with my surrogate Otudo. So I suggest you stop, otherwise Konoha and Suna will be in another war because of your head rolling on the ground. Naruto warned as he flared some This guy's unreal, his killing intent is even worse than hers. Kankuro thought as he dropped Konohamaru. Tamari just watched with her mouth wide open. He's obviously a genin, but how can he have this much killing intent unless... Single quote. As Konohamaru ran back to behind Naruto, Naruto then stepped back from Kankuro. Kankuro soon became mad and took his bundle off his back. This shocked Tamari. You're actually going to use Karasu here? Tamari asked. No, Konoha Gaki is going to make a fool out of me. Kankuro made a move to unbound his weapon but was stopped by a powerful All the shinobi and children looked to see a girl hanging in the tree. The girl had long red hair, a black shirt that hugged her budding chest and black pants with a white sash. She also had a large gourd strapped to her back and the kanji for love on her forehead. She glared at Kankuro with her cold sea foam green eyes. Kankuro, you are a disgrace to our village, the girl said in a cold tone that sent shivers up his spine. But they started it fur. Kankuro tried to explain. Shut up, or I'll feed you to my sand, the girl then said before she sand shunshin between her two siblings. The girl then too, RNED to Naruto's group but Naruto especially. I apologize for my Aniki's rude behavior. It will not happen again, the girl said. After she said that, she then started a small glaring contest with Naruto. Both then started to focus ki on each other. The shadows of the Ikibi no Shukaku and Kyubi no Kitsune appeared behind them. I am Kosa, Kosa no Sabaku. The girl introduced herself. Naruto Uzumaki. And I look forward to fighting you, Kosa-chan. Naruto said with a smirk that made Kosa blush a small bit. Kosa then turned around. Let's go. The Suna siblings then walked off to their destination. Naruto, do you think that they'll be in the exams? Sakura asked. Naruto nodded. Yeah, be careful around, Kosa thought. She may be like me. Sakura no. Ded understanding what he was talking about while the Konohamaru Corps remained confused. After the Konohamaru Corps thanked them and left, Naruto and Sakura then started walking towards Training Ground 7. Scene change. In the distance the team from Iwa watched. They saw the whole event between Naruto and the Suna siblings. The girl Naya just began licking her lips. This is getting more and more fun. I alone has my heart racing. Naya said as she and her team made their way to their hotel. Han however was deep in thought. Uzumaki and the girl from Suna, also me make 3 Jinchuriki. So who is the last one in this village? Scene change. An insect, more importantly a beetle, flew from the scene between Naruto and the Suna team. The insect then landed on palm of Fu, who somehow sneaked past the village's security. Naruto Uzumaki. Fu thought before she shunshined away. Scene change. In the Hokage's office many Jonin were there to announce whether their team would either enter or not enter the Chunin exams. Kakashi Hatake recommends Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Naruto Uzumaki for the Chunin exam. Kakashi said. Kurenai Yuhi recommend Kiba Inuzuka, Shino Aburame, and Hinata Hyuga for the Chunin exam. Kurenai said. Asuma Sarutobi recommend Shikamaru Nara, Choji Akamaiki, and Ino Yamanaka for the Chunin exam. Asuma said. I might Guy recommend Rock Lee, Neji Hyuga, and Ten Higurashi for the Chunin exam. Guy said. Most of the Jonin didn't even hear Guy's response. This is the first time all the rookie teams were recommended for the Chunin exam since the time the Yondaime Hokage was a genin. Hold on, I taught most of the genin recommended and I don't think they are ready for this type of exam. Iruka yelled out. I was a jonin when I was Naruto's age. Kakashi pointed out. Naruto is nothing like you, Kakashi. Iruka retorted. Kakashi just closed his book. Look, Iruka, I know you may think you know what they are capable of having taught them in the academy. But the academy is the past. Naruto is my student, not yours. Sarutobi just coughed to signal everyone's attention. Regardless, these genin are the ones that are for the Chunin exam. Jonin senseis dismissed. Scene change. Naruto and Sakura arrive at Training Ground 7 to see Sasuke brooding against one of the many trees in the field. Sasuke turns to their direction only to gain a disappointed look and went back to brooding. Before Sakura could try to knock that smirk of his face, Kakashi soon appeared in the field. Yo, Kakashi greeted. You're late again, Kakashi-sensei, Sakura said, but she struggled to say sensei. Kakashi noticed this and while he hid it he was disappointed at himself. Sorry Sakura, Naruto, but the council wanted me to only train the Honorable Uchiha. Kakashi thought. Well, I just came to say you have the day off and to give you these forms for the Chunin exams. Kakashi then handed the forms to his team. The Chunin exam is an extremely hard test. Only take this test if you think you're ready. Sakura shook a little bit before Naruto put a hand on her shoulder and gave her a confident grin. Sakura then smiled back and nodded her head. Kakashi saw the exchange and smiled. At least I have 2 people on the team that know the meaning of teamwork. Sasuke soon stood up. I'm entering the exam, don't either of you get in my way. Sasuke then left. Kakashi sighed while Sakura resisted the urge to pound the last ucha. A while Naruto just gave Sasuke the 1-finger salute behind his back. Sakura then left to prepare for the exam. Before Naruto could leave, Kakashi stopped him. Naruto, there's something I need to discuss with you, Kakashi said. Naruto just stared at his so-called sensei before nodding his head. Konoha Academy. Sakura was standing in front of the building. Today her battle attire cons. ISTS on a black tank top with Sakura pedal designs, red biker shorts, black sandals, gloves which were now in her pocket and a pink scarf around her neck. Sakura was looking over her secret weapon when she sees Naruto walk towards her. "Wow Sakura, what's with the new look?" Naruto asked as he eyes Sakura's wardrobe. "I was thinking since I wanted a new look to go with my new style." "So how does it look Naruto-kun?" Sakura said while striking a pose. It looks really good Sakura," Naruto said trying to lower his blush. Sakura just smiled. "Success. I knew Naruto-kun wouldn't be able to resist. You had to be as gay as Uchiha-san to not notice." Inner Sakura said. On cue Sasuke happens to walk towards the academy. Sasuke barely acknowledges any of them and continues walking into the building. Both Naruto and Sakura frowned before following him into the building. All three genin soon see a large crowd gather in front of a door guarded by two genin. A boy in a green jumpsuit was on the ground with his teammate trying to negotiate. "Please, we're just trying to take the exam," the girl pleaded with the genin. "You think you guys are ready for the Chunin exam? We failed a few times and we barely escape with our lives, now you weaklings want to take it." The boy with spiky black hair and closed eyes said. "You wouldn't last a minute in these exams. I suggest you leave," the other boy with brown hair and a bang covering one of his eyes. As this kept going on, Naruto and Sakura each had their own thoughts about what's going on. "I know for a fact Tenten and Lee are not weak, and even if Neji is a prick he still is strong. So this must be an act," Naruto thought. "This must be a way to reduce competition for the Chunin exam." Inner Naruto said. "There's a low-level genjutsu on the sign and we only went up one floor. So this must be a test to see who's ready for the exams." Sakura thought. All we have to do is pass through and we'll be at the exams. Just as long as..." Inner Sakura started. "All right, drop the genjutsu," Sasuke said, startling everyone. "And people call me the dead last. This idiot just ruined the pretest. Leave it to the Uchiha to royally screw it up." Both Naruto's thought. "Uchiha baka. Dumb ass," both Sakuras said in rage. The two guards glared at the Uchiha. "So you saw through it, huh?" the brown-haired boy said. "Sakura noticed it when we entered the hall, isn't that right?" Sasuke turned to Sakura, being oblivious to the look of rage she was shooting his way. "I was hoping you would just be quiet and just walk by, but now you went and blew," Sakura shouted. "It's one thing to know about the genjutsu, but another was ruining the thing, keeping weaker teams out," Naruto said. Sasuke let out his signature HMPH. "You may see them as competition dobi, but to me they are just stepping stones." That comment earned a glare from all the teams present. Two coming from Team Guy and Team Han. Like your teammate said, it's one thing to see through the genjutsu but another to back up those words. The spiky-haired boy dashed towards Sasuke. As the boy drew out his fist, Sasuke charged forward with his own fist drawn. The two were close to colliding until a green blur appeared between them and blocked their punches in his hands. "This is not the way allies of Konoha act," the blur said. "So fast, I didn't even see him move. And he blocked our fists like it was nothing," Sasuke thought. "Lee, what the hell? It was your idea to hide our abilities," Tenten reminded her teammate. Lee dashed from between two before Tenten bowing. "My apologies Tenten-chan." Tenten sighed at her teammate before turning back towards Sasuke. "So that's the last loyal Uchiha. And it looks like Naruto-kun is here too. Come on, we're leaving," Sasuke said after regaining composure and walking through the crowd. Naruto and Sakura sent him another glare and followed him. Naruto took a second to say hello to Tenten and Lee and shot a smirk towards the two guards. "Guess you have to do something besides guard the gate. Kotetsu. Azumo." Naruto then caught up with his teammates. "Hold on a minute," a voice called out to Team 7. "What is your name?" the last teammate of Tenten and Lee asked. "It's more polite to give out your name before asking for someone else," Sasuke retorted. "Like you know about being polite," Sakura thought. Neji stood silent before he noticed Naruto. "Uzumaki. Hyuga." Naruto just stared at Neji. The stare down lasted for about 5 minutes before Sakura decided it was time for them to leave. As they left, they didn't notice a CER. Toin green blur and brown-haired girl followed. Team 7 was walking through an empty room before they were stopped. "You with the attitude, hold on," a voice yelled from the rafters. Team 7 Lu. Ked to see Lee, who just jumped to the ground. "My name is Rock Lee," A certain someone said it was polite to introduce yourself first, but I already know you are Sasuke Uchiha. Lee said. So you know of me, not surprising. Sasuke stated arrogantly. Yes, rookie of the year in his age group and said to be a prodigy. However, that means nothing to me. Lee said. Let us battle, there is something I want to prove to you. I can't see what someone like you has to prove to me. But if a fight is what you want, I'll humor you. Sasuke said. As the two walked to the center of the room, Naruto shook his head. Baka, like he has a chance against bushy brows. Naruto, do you know Lee-san? Sakura asked curiously. Yeah, remembered I failed the academy twice, I was there last year in his class. Let's just say Sasuke really has to work if he wants to win. Naruto said. I bet, Uchiha-chan over there must not be as good as he said he is. A female voice said behind them. Naruto and Sakura turned to see a girl behind them. What both noticed right away was the Iwa headband. An Iwa kunoichi, Sakura said surprised. Naruto noticed an aura around her, as an aura of innocence 1 minute and then a bloodthirsty aura. Can we help you? The girl smiled. I was just here hoping to see a good fight, but it seems this fight will be a disappointment. All three then turned to see the punishment given to the last loyal Uchiha. While Sakura watched eager to see Sasuke put in his place, Naruto turned back to the girl. Not to be rude, but, who are you? The girl smiled again. Naya Soen, nice to meet ya Blondie-kun. Naruto shook off her bubbly greeting. Nice to meet you too, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. For a moment one of her eyes slitted before returning to normal. Oh, so you're Naru-kun, well I'm hoping to fight you sometime in the exams. Naya then earth-shunshined away. Naruto then turned to see Sasuke get launched into the air. As this goes on, he sees Sasuke's Sharingan was active. Damn it, now he's copying allies' abilities. Before Lee could finish, his bandages were pinned down by pinwheels. Lee landing on the ground while Sasuke just fell on his back. Soon Lee was apologizing to a turtle. The turtle is his sensei. Sakura asked. Naruto let out a disgusted look. No, that's a summon. Lee's sensei, let's just say, is. Now you have to face Guy sensei. The turtle announced as he opened his shell. Out of the shell appeared what was an older version of Lee except for the Jonin vest. Hello young genin, enjoy your flames of youth. Sasuke and Sakura now had surprised looks while Naruto kept a sad look. Before the torture could begin, Naruto shunshined Sakura away, leaving Sasuke to the mercy of the green beasts of Konoha. As they appeared at the door, they see Kakashi waiting. Yo, Kakashi gave his signature greeting. And where is Sasuke? They all looked to see a traumatized Uchiha walk towards them. Sakura looked to Naruto and Kakashi only to get a "I'll tell you later, don't ask." Well, I'm glad all of you showed up. If not all three of you have arrived, I would have sent you away. Kakashi explained. Now go give them hell. Kakashi gave them a one-eyed smile. As they entered the room, Naruto remembered their discussion. Flashback. Naruto, there's something I need to discuss with you. Kakashi said. Naruto just stared at his so-called sensei before nodding his head. Naruto, I know I have not been a good sensei over the time you all were assigned to me. But there is something I want you to know. Kakashi started. And what is that? Naruto asked. The council insisted that I only focus on Sasuke's training, and by insist they tend my career and with soiling my father's grave. Kakashi explained the council's orders. I went to Hokage-sama and instead of punishing them we decided on a way to get back of them. Kakashi said. And that is? Naruto asked, and soon after that an Anbu appeared into the field. That you learn Kenjutsu. The Anbu kunoichi said before removing her cat mask. The Anbu had long purple hair and brown eyes. Kenjutsu, Naruto said. Yes, more specifically Kushina sensei's style. Yugao explained to Naruto about her team and his mother's reputation. So you were in a team with Ka-san? Naruto asked. Yes, and she left specific instructions for this. Yugao then pulled a scroll from her pouch. Naruto, do you still have the scroll Hokage-sama gave you? Naruto nodded and pulled out his mother's scroll. Yugao opened the scroll to show a hidden blood seal. Naruto bit his finger with a fang and drew blood on the seal. The seal glowed red until a sword appeared. His sword was a katana with a gold guard and black with orange handle. The blade was long, but what got Naruto's attention was the red aura around the blade. aka no Sugi bloody funeral, while no N is the red-hot-blooded habanero. Kushina has another name on the battlefield, Shinku no Tsurugi the Crimson Blade. Yugao handed the scroll to Naruto. When you are ready to train, to master Uzumaki-style genjutsu. She said to use that scroll. Yugao explained, Naruto, I may not be able to do anything for you and Sakura. But I'm sure you are the one helping Sakura train, and of course you have been training. I just want you to know I didn't neglect you two on purpose. Kakashi said. Naruto gripped the sword tighter. Sure Kakashi-sensei, I understand. Flashback end. Naruto then looked to see the huge crowd of genin. As he looks at the many village symbols he spies Kosa, who looked in his direction with a small blush. Naruto turned to see Naya and her team, and she just happened to wave at him while smiling. Sakura, Naruto-kun, Ino called out. Team 10 soon walked towards them. Shikamaru and Choji both gave their hellos while Ino talks with Sakura. So Forehead made a move yet? Ino asked. No, but I closer than you or Ino pig. Sakura said. While both Kunoichi promised not to let a boy break up their friendship again, this didn't stop the arguments they had about Naruto. Especially with Ino after she started talking about her destined one. The two were about to argue until they saw Naruto talking to Hinata. Hello Naruto-kun, how are you? Hinata asked with zero stutter. Hinata now wore an indigo robe with white designs, and underneath was a skin-tight black jumpsuit. Hinata also began growing out her hair, which reached the small of her back, and unknown to others a tattoo of 6 angel wings on her back. I'm doing fine Hinata-chan, so how was your training? Naruto asked. Hinata smiled. It's going along well, I'm halfway through my Ka-san's scroll. Naruto smiled before he turned to the others. Kiba, Shino, Arf. Oh sorry Akamaru, Uzumaki, it's been a while. Shino said. Hey Naruto, heard abo. Oot your new look though, I bet you're still as weak as ever. Kiba said, joking with him. Well, there's only one way to find out Mutt. Naruto said, joking back. You rookies should really settle down. You sound like you're on a field trip. A voice said. The rookie 9 turned towards an older genin. The genin then adjusted his glasses. Hello, I am Kabuto Yakushi. Well Kabuto, what gives you the right to tell us to settle down? Sasuke asked. Kabuto just pointed to the crowd, who by now were glaring daggers at the rookie 9. The glares intimidated some until Naruto used killing NT to make them turn away except for a few. Fu, that K.I. is amazing, even if he isn't using 100% of it. Fu said. Team Han, Naru-kun really knows how to get my blood boiling, he should turn up the K.I. I want to feel my blood rush through my body. Naya said. So that is the Naruto Tsuchikage-sama told us about. And that is the Uchiha next to him. One of Naya's teammates said. The boy was 13 and his eyes were covered by a bandage. He wore a gray long-sleeve closed jacket that seems to double as a straitjacket, red pants and black steel-toed boots. Buru. No care. Buru want to crush. The large teammate said. He was large with a big gut and muscles along his arms. He wore a vest that was open to his body and XXX large dark blue pants and sandals. Calm down Buru, you'll get your meal, Naya called the blonde, and I suppose you can crush Uchiha. The bandaged one said. And you Teisho-kun? Naya asked. I guess I can keep the girl busy. Teisho said. Suna team. That K.I. Again, that guy's a monster. Kankuro said. Kosa, are you okay? Tamari asked. I'm fine. Aneki Kosa eyes showed a sadistic gleam. Uzumaki will help me feel alive. Rookie 9 plus snakes bitch aka Kabuto. I've taken this exam 7 times, so I have lots of information about the exam with these. Kabuto then pulled out a deck of cards. My ninja info cards. Kabuto then placed a card on the ground and focused chakra on it. The card then showed a map of all those participating. Do your cards have information about other competitors? Sasuke asked. Sure. I even have information about all of you. Kabuto answered. Who do you have in mind? Rock Lee, Kosa no Sabaku, and Naruto Uzumaki. Sasuke asked. Naruto glared at Sasuke before asking. Can you look up Nyasoan? You already know their names, this should be easy enough. Kabuto then drew 4 cards, each showing stats. Rock Lee. Rank. Genin. Teammates. Neji Hyuga, 1010 Higurashi, Sensei Might Guy. Mission Record. S0, AO, BO, C10, D25. Well, Rock Lee, he's only a year ahead of you, his other stats are low but his taijutsu is really high. Kabuto then got out another card. Kosa no Sabaku. Rank. Genin. Teammates. Kankuro no Sabaku, Tamari no Sabaku, Sensei Baki. Mission Record. S0, AO, B1, C15, D10. Kosa no Sabaku, a genin from Suna. Not much information other than she comes from every mission without a scratch. The rookie 9 were shocked. To come back from a B-ranked mission without a scratch was unheard of for a genin. Next up, Kabuto pulled another card. Naya Soen. Rank. Genin. Teammates. Teisho Jisuki, Buru Marushi, Sensei Han. Mission Record. S0, A1, B5, C20, D32, an Iowa genin and an unusual one. It says she switches personalities when in battle and comes back from many missions covered in blood. Kabuto said. Finally. Naruto Uzumaki. Rank. Genin. Teammates. Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, Sensei Kakashi Hatake. Mission Record. S0, A1, B1, C1, D15. Naruto Uzumaki, Konoha's most unpredictable shinobi. Ninjutsu and taijutsu are high with low genjutsu. It also says he's awakened a new Kekkei Genkei. Kabuto said. Some were surprised at Naruto's stats Kiba, Shikamaru, Choji, Shino. Others gave Naruto a knowing look Hinata, Sakura, Ino. One was brooding on how Adob got a B rank and an Uchiha did not Sasuke. Along with some of the others' villages the newly formed Otogakure is entering this year. The village is relatively new so the shinobi may be a little weak. Kabuto said. This didn't go well with the genin from Oto or at least 2 of them. This made the one in bandages rush towards Kabuto with a strange gauntlet. Kabuto dodged it but soon his glasses broke and he was on the floor vomiting. I thought he dodged. Sakura thought until she saw a hurt Orochimaru and Naruto holding his ears. Sound. It was sound. Add this to your cards. The genin from Otogakure will become Chunin this year. Soon a large smoke cloud appeared in the room. All right maggots. No fighting or I'll throw you out. The smoke cloud dissipated to show 10 Chunin and one of them was Konoha's dark sadist, Ibiki Morino. Welcome to the Chunin exam's first stage. Ibiki shouted. Last time on Rosario Uzumaki. Along with some of the others' villages he newly formed Otogakure is entering this year. The village is relatively new so the shinobi may be a little weak. Kabuto said. This didn't go well with the genin from Oto or at least 2 of them. This made the one in bandages rush towards Kabuto with a strange gauntlet. Kabuto dodged it but soon his glasses broke and he was on the floor vomiting. I thought he dodged. Sakura thawed. Until she saw a hurt Orochimaru and Naruto holding his ears. Sound. It was sound. Add this to your cards. The genin from Otogakure will become Chunin this year. Soon a large smoke cloud appeared in the room. All right maggots. No fighting or I'll throw you out. The smoke cloud dissipated to show 10 Chunin and one of them was Konoha's dark sadist, Ibiki Morino. Welcome to the Chunin exam's first stage. Ibiki shouted. Story start. Ibiki turned to Kabuto and the Oto Nin. You Oto Nin, there is no fighting unless the proctor permits it. Do something like that again and you'll be kicked out this exam. Dosu turned to Ibiki. R apologizes, we're just anxious to start. Well then, all of you come forward and you will receive a number. Ibiki pulls a random number out a box for emphasis. This number will tell you your seat. Now hurry up. All the genin go to the front desk to receive their number. As Naruto got his number he goes towards the second row and finds his seat. He hears a noise to his right and he turns to see Hinata sitting in the seat next to him. Good luck on the exam Naruto-kun. Hinata said. Thanks, you too Hinata-chan. Naruto thanked her. As their conversation goes on both Ino and Sakura were glaring at Hinata. There's no way she's that lucky to get the seat next to Naruto-kun. Sakura thought. Shanaru. She probably used her Byakugan to choose, I call fixed. Inner Sakura agreed. Damn it, I forgot about Hinata's crush on him. And here I thought forehead was my only competition. Clever Hinata, very clever. Ino thought, while Naruto was continuing his conversation with Hinata until he felt several presences behind him. He looks behind to see both Kosa and Naya staring in his direction. Naruto was sure he felt a third presence but couldn't find it. Fu, Kuso. If I was any slower he would have spotted me. Fu thought as she stood outside the academy. She decided to leave as soon as she felt the Chunin's presence. As she stared at the window she unconsciously clutches the collar around her neck. Soon, very soon, Fu thought. Naruto, is there something wrong Naruto-kun? Hinata asked. Naruto just turned back to her and shook his head. No, just a little nervous about this written test. Well, if you need any help you can always copy my answers. Hinata offered. No thanks. I should know enough to pass, and if I do fail I don't want to drag you down with me, Hinata-chan. I'll find a way to pass. Naruto said. Alright maggots, listen up. As I have told you before, the first stage of the Chunin exam is the written test. Here are the rules. There are 10 questions in all. Each of you starts with 100 PTS, every wrong answer loses you 10 PTS. If you are caught cheating you'll lose 25 PTS. Get caught cheating 4 times and you and your teammates are out. Your team's total points will be pulled together to see if you passed. Ibiki stared, explaining. I know I can probably manage a 100. And even though I hate to admit it, Sasuke could probably manage a high score. So even if Naruto-kun makes a 0 Wood should be able to pass no problem. Sakura thought. There's one more thing I need to add. If any of you make a 0 on this exam, you and your whole team will fail this part of the exam. Ibiki added. This brought 3 different actions to happen. 1. The worried looks of Ino and Hinata towards Naruto. 2. The glare and small k.I. from Sasuke. 3. The glances between Sakura and Naruto. Flashback. Naruto found himself in front of Sakura's door. He was nervous for 2 reasons, Sakura and Sakura's mother. While Naruto was a bit nervous about why Sakura asked for him to come to her house. He wasn't all that eager to meet Sakura's mother. She'll probably be like the rest of the villagers. I heard she was on the civilian council, so she must hate my guts. Naruto thought. Naruto knocked on the door and the door opened to show Sayura Haruno. Naruto saw exactly where Sakura got her looks from. Sayura had long pink hair and green eyes. She wore a red blouse over a white shirt and had on a pink skirt and normal civilian sandals. Sayura greeted Naruto with a smile. So you must be the Naruto-kun Sakura has been talking about. She's upstairs waiting for you. Ura said and then walked towards the stairs. Sakura, Naruto is here. Okay, send him up, Ka-san. Sakura's voice said from upstairs. Naruto took off his sandals and started to walk towards the stairs but was stopped by Sayura. I know you're thinking I'm like the rest of the people on the civilian council. Sayura took Naruto's silence as a yes. I'm not going to lie to you, years ago I too thought you were the Kyuubi. But when I first heard of you protecting Sakura from bullies before Ino-chan showed up I had a change of heart. Naruto was shocked that he was hearing this. He thought she hated him like everyone else, but it seems now that's not the case. Thank you Haruno-san. Naruto bowed before heading upstairs. Naruto went upstairs and there was Sakura waiting for him. She then led him to her room. Finally we got Naruto alone in our room, maybe we should just jump him now. Inner Sakura said. Shut up. This is important, and me and Naruto-kun aren't ready for that yet. Sakura argued back. Hey Sakura-chan, are you sick or something? Your face is a little red. Naruto said. Oh no, I'm fine. Sakura started to wave her arms frantically. Anyway, I want to talk to you about our deal. What deal? Naruto asked. I don't feel right asking you for training and giving you nothing in return, so I figured I would be your tutor. Sakura said. Tutor? Naruto said. From what you told me, the senseis at the academy except for Iruka-sensei weren't fair to you. So I'll help you with the knowledge part of being a shinobi and you help me with the physical part of being a shinobi. Sakura explained. Naruto thought the deal over in his head. Sure, you got yourself a deal, Sakura-chan. Great, so I'll see you tomorrow at the training grounds, right? Sakura asked. Okay, Naruto said. As Naruto walked downstairs to retrieve his sandals and leave he was called over by Sayura. Naruto, May I ask you a favor? Sakura asked. Sure Haruno-san, what is it? Naruto said. Protect Sakura. I know she's a kunoichi now and she's very smart, but please, promise me you'll protect her. Sakura pleaded with him. Naruto was frozen before he put on a true smile. Of course Haruno-san, I won't let anything happen to Sakura-chan. It's a promise of a lifetime. Naruto then turned to leave the house. When the door closed, Sakura had a few thoughts. Arigato, Naruto-san. She then turned around to a picture on the wall. It was a picture when Sakura was born, a baby Sakura, a younger Sakura, and a man that must have been Sakura's father. He had long black hair, softer green eyes, and a Jonin outfit with a sword on his back. Renji-kun, I know I had my thoughts about Sakura becoming a ninja. Looks like those thoughts don't matter anymore. Hopefully Sakura will stay safe. Flashback end. Naruto looked at the 9 questions in front of him. Even if Sakura was helping him with his intel, some of the problems seem impossible to answer, at least without cheating. A thought suddenly went through Naruto's head. The point of this exam is to cheat, it's information gathering. Naruto thought. I was wondering when you would notice. I know you felt the sudden small bursts of chakra, even Hyuga-san to your right. Not everyone is as intelligent as Haruno-san, so the only way is to cheat. Inner Naruto said. Well then, he goes nothing. Naruto then closed his eyes and focused chakra to his ears. He then heard the barking of Orochimaru. He used Kyuubi to figure out Had Orochimaru was saying and then started writing. Around the room everyone was using their own personal skill to obtain answers. Sakura of course answered all the questions correctly without aid. Sasuke was lucky to be seated behind a secret Chunin and used his Sharingan to copy his answers. Shikamaru used his shadow to give him and Choji the correct answers. Ino used her mind possession to see Sakura's answers. Neji and Hinata both used their Byakugan to see the answers. Hiba used Orochimaru. Shino used a fly in the room to receive his answers. Kosa was using her sand and third eye to copy answers. Ten was able to string mirrors on the ceiling to give answers to her and Lee. The Odo team used the vibration from pencils to find answers. The Iwa team was able to pass information by using the dust. Soon it was time for the 10th and final question. A few teams have been caught cheating and were failed. Ibiki then walked to the front of the class. Before the final question, there is one thing I need to ask. Do any of you wish to quit and leave now? Ibiki offered. Why would we quit after making it this far? Tamari asked. Good question. Becca. Use whoever gets the final question wrong will never be able to become Chunin ever. Ibiki shouted. This got mostly shock and outrage from the teams. What? Several genin have took this exam 2 or 3 times. A random genin said. Well, those genin didn't have me as a proctor last time. Now I'll offer a chance to quit again. Anyone who quits will have another shot of becoming Chunin next year. But as I said before, failing means being banned from the Chunin exams. Ibiki said. Ibiki allowed the teams to make their choices. Several was starting to chicken out and promptly quit and left with their team. Naruto looked to Sakura and Sakura looked back. Both have done much training to prepare for the exams, and they were not about to quit. Ibiki then looked at the remaining genin. Is that all? Are you really risking your shinobi career on a single question? Naruto banged his fist on the desk, making a small crater. Come on, Scarface, give us the question already. Ibiki smirked. Well, if it isn't Uzumaki. Let's see how much you've grown, kid. Are you sure? You may never become Chunin ever again. Ranks mean nothing if you don't have the strength to back up your rank. Even if I'm a genin, I'll just keep growing stronger and stronger. Nothing is going to keep me from my dream. Not you. Not this test. Nothing. Naruto shouted with a determined look. Naruto's courage started to spread throughout the room, and soon one thing was on everyone's mind. No one was quitting. Ibiki gained an amused smirk. Well, if that's the case, you all pass. This got confused looks on all the competitors. What do you mean we pass? Naruto asked. There was no 10th question, or should I say the choice to take the question was the question. Information is a powerful thing. Sometimes you may be asked to go on a mission with limited to no information. As a shinobi, you must have the will to accept your mission and the drive to complete. Ibiki took N took off his cap showing the many holes and scars on his head. Also information on your villages is precious, you must protect that information with your life. He's been tortured, Sasuke thought. Well, now that's done, you just have to wait for the next proctor. I wish you luck in the next exam. Ibiki said. Soon an object shot from the open window onto the wall. The object opened up to show a kunoichi and a banner. Presenting the sexy and single Anko Mitarashi. Anko, you're early. Again. Ibiki said. As long as I'm earlier than Kakashi usually is, who cares? Anko then looks at the rows of shocked genin and turned to Ibiki in surprise. All these teams passed. Have you gone easy on them? No, we just happened to have a good batch of genin this year. Ibiki silently pointed to Naruto's direction, which Anko noticed. Anko turned to Naruto's direction. Sana-chan is taking the exam. Well, let's see how far he goes. Alright maggots, meet me at training ground 44 in 1 hour or you all fail. Anko made her way to the door and the genin proceeded to follow her. As Naruto was walking, he was stopped by Naya. That was a good speech you made and all, Naru-kun. But that got me wondering, do you have the power to back up your words? Naya asked in her regular bubbly tone. There's only one way to find out. Maybe if you're lucky we might be able to fight in the next exam. Naruto then left to catch up with his teammates. Naya's innocent face turned to a sadistic one. Hopefully you're right, Naru-kun. I can't wait to have fun with you. Naruto then caught up to where Sasuke and Sakura was standing. So how was the test, Naruto-kun? Sakura asked. It was all right. I figured out the meaning, but some I was able to answer on my own because of you, so thank you, Sakura-chan. Naruto said. Sakura then started to blush. You're welcome, Naruto-kun. Well, at least you're not useless for a test anymore, but don't even think about failing. Sasuke said in his superior tone. Even if I wasn't able to answer the questions doesn't mean I would have failed. And last I checked you were not leader of this team, Sasuke. Naruto said. If anything, Uchiha-san need to act like you're a part of this team before you can go ordering us around. Sakura coldly put. Sasuke just did his signature HMPH before turning away, which almost earned a punch from Sakura if Naruto didn't stop her. Anko then walked towards the large fence gate and got all the genin's attention. Alright runts, this is the site of the Chunin exam's second stage training ground 44, also known as the Forest of Death. Anko said. Alright runts, this is the site of the Chunin exam's second stage training ground 44, also known as the Forest of Death. Anko said. Anko then shows a large forest blocked by a large gate. Many genin foreign to Konoha were marveling at the great forest as the forest inspired many ideas. Naruto looks at the forest before shrugging. Doesn't look special to me. Anko smirked when she heard this. Oh really now? Anko then throws a kunai towards Naruto. Naruto senses this and dodges the kunai before he soon feels another knife against his cheek hard enough to draw blood. You won't be saying that very soon. It's always the overconfident one who screams I enjoy the most. Anko then licked the blood on his cheek. Naruto shook off his disgust before silently saying, how long are you going to keep up this act, Anko-nisan? Hey, I have a reputation to keep, plus I wanted to get all your girlfriends riled up, Na-chan. Anko silently answered. Naruto sweat dropped, feeling all sort of I sent towards him and Anko. They're not my girlfriends. Anko let out a laugh before she felt a strong I behind her. She got her knife ready only to see a Kusanin with a kunai wrapped in hers tongue. I'm sorry, Proctor-san, but you seem to have dropped your knife. The Kusanin offered Anko's kunai. Well, thank you, Kusanin. But you may want to remember not to sneak up behind me. Anko said as she lowered her kunai from the genin's neck. The Kusanin chuckled to itself before joining its team. Naruto then shook off the shivers the Kusanin gave him before going back to Team 7. Oh right maggots. This will be a test of survival. Each of you will have 120 hours to collect these. Exclamation mark. Anko then held up a white scroll and a blue scroll. And bring them to the building directly in the center of the forest. 5 days. What about food? Choji all but yelled. Oh well, that's up to you and your teams. Now let me explain some rules. Anko began. 1. You and your entire team must make it to the building with both scrolls. Anyone Who doesn't have both scrolls or loses a teammate fails? 2. You are not to open the scrolls until reaching the building. What happens if we do? Asked Sakura curiously. Let's just say you don't want to find out. Now except for those 2 rules anything goes. Fight, kill, I don't care, just do whatever you need to pass. But you'll need to sign this. Anko then pulls out a waiver. And what is that for? A random genin asked. It's a waiver that exempts Konoha from taking responsibility if any of you die, and for that comment smart ass you can pass them out. The genin quickly passed the waivers around, afraid of angering the strange kunoichi. After that Anko resumes explaining. Now when you teams have signed the waiver, come to the booth to get your scroll. Anko finishes. As the genin got their scrolls, many start to plan. Fu, so this is the forest of death. Fu said as she hid along the aim teams. Soon I'll be able to get this seal off. I wouldn't trust that leader of yours, child. Nanabe said after so long. Nanabe, how? I thought those seals were meant to seal our minds apart. Fu thought, surprised to her from her biju after so long. I was able to overpower the seal that seals our minds apart. I haven't however found a way to remove the collar. Nanabe said sadly. It's okay. When we take out the Kyuubi Jinchuriki they'll have to remove the seal. Fu thought. I doubt that, Fu, but I do want to see what has happened to Kyuubi. Who knows, maybe I'll enjoy the fight. Nanabe said. Team Han, does everyone remember the plan? Taisho asked. Buru smash teams. Buru smash Uzumaki and Uchiha. Buru yelled. Now Buru-chan. Naya said after the genin's rampage. You can play with Uchiha all you want, but Naru-kun is mine. Taisho then stopped both of them. Buru and I will follow the exam. Naya will go after Uzumaki. I always love your plans, Taisho-kun. Naya agreed and then turned to look at Team 7. Now maybe me and Naru-kun will get to play together. Odo team. Now remember, we are to attack the Uchiha's team during this exam. This is an order from Orochimaru-sama. Dosu reminded his teammates. Hear that, Kin, don't screw this up. Zaku warned his female teammate. Whatever, Kin argued back. Chiyuya, I wish you were here. Team Kusa, you both are to mock. Sure both Kabuto-kun's and Dosu-kun's teams pass. Orochimaru told both his subordinates. What about you, Orochimaru-sama? One subordinate asked. I'll be testing Sasuke-kun and see if he worthy of my power. Orochimaru said. Team Guy, alright, soon as we get into the forest we will formulate a plan. Neji said. Hi 10 said. Hi Lee said. Team 10, alright, as soon as we get the scroll we go after the weakest teams. Shikamaru said, but sweat dropped as he saw Choji. 5 days without food, I'll starve. Choji moaned along the ground. Come on Choji, the FA. Stir we get through, the faster you get some barbecue. Ino said. Fine. 5 days, we'll pass in one. Choji yelled. Troublesome. Ino, if worse comes to worse. Shikamaru said. Don't worry Shika, if everything goes well I won't have to use it. Ino said. Team 8, Shino. Kiba said. I already sent some insects into the forest. It is dangerous as only a few of my Kikaichu returned, but it's perfect for ambush. Shino said. Alright, we're going to rule this exam, right Akamaru? Kiba said. Akamaru barked confidently to Kiba before backing away in fear. Kiba and Shin looked to where Akamaru was and also backed away, seeing Hinata covered in a hateful aura staring at Anko. Hinata, we need to focus on the exam. Kiba said silently. Of course, I'm sorry. Hinata said, smiling at her team while still covered in the aura. Team 7. Naruto walked back to his team with the scroll. After having a talk with Anko about the Kusa team and Kabuto, he now has to focus on the exam. Dobi, which scroll do we have? Sasuke asked. Heaven, Naruto asked. Ironic, isn't it? Inner Naruto said, with Naruto agreeing with him. Good. Give it here. Sasuke said in his superior than you tone. No thanks. Naruto walked past him to Sakura. Here Sakura-chan. Sakura stared at the scroll before looking to Naruto. Are you sure, Naruto-kun? The greatest skill of a shinobi is deception. Most teams will probably think me or Sasuke-tem has the scroll. No one will think you have the scroll, and even if they did, you're strong enough to protect it. Naruto said with his fox grin. Sakura blushed before accepting the scroll. Of course, I'll take good care of it, Naruto-kun. Shanaru. If Naruto-kun trusts us then we can't fail. Inner Sakura said. Sasuke glared before turning to Sakura. Give me the scroll now. Sakura just shook off Sasuke's request. No thanks, Uke-kun. I think I'll take care of the scroll. Naruto laughed at the pun while Sasuke just humped away. Alright maggots, go to your assigned gates and wait for the signal to begin. Anko ordered. As the teams got to their gates, Anko had one last thing to say. Alright, before the gates open, one bit of advice. Try not to die, Anko said, and then the gates opened, allowing genin to start pouring into the forest. Scene change. After the gates opened, Team 7 then shot towards the forest. Soon Naruto stopped, suddenly sensing someone. Seeing this, Sakura stopped, and reluctantly so did Sasuke. What's the matter, Dobi? Second thoughts? Sasuke asked. No, nature calling. I'll be back, Naruto said as he walked out of sight. As Naruto got away from his team, he then started getting serious. Alright, come out. The aim nin jumped from his hiding spot, intent on killing the blonde. He tried to end it with a kunai, but then Naruto sidestepped him before slamming him into a tree. The aim nin tried to raise himself up before Naruto slammed his foot on his chest. Alright, before you give me your scroll, I want to show you something, Naruto said to the now scared genin. Moments later, Sasuke and Sakura were surprised to see a beaten aim nin fall in front of them before Naruto showed up. Sakura, after looking at the twitching body before looking to Naruto. You tried that genjutsu, didn't you? Naruto scratched his head. I couldn't resist. It's the only genjutsu I got to work. Sasuke silently glared, hearing about Naruto learning something he didn't before turning away. Let's go and try not to get separated again, Dobi. Naruto glared before smiling. Sure thing, Uke-chan. A tick mark formed on the back of Sasuke's head before jumping away, followed by two laughing Sakura and Naruto. As they were jumping, Naruto jumped towards Sakura. Sakura, maybe we should have a password to make sure no one impersonates us, Naruto offered. Sakura nodded, thinking it was a good idea. Should we tell Sasuke? Naruto shook his head. No, only one person alive can be that broody and emo. This got a laugh from Sakura. As they were jumping, Naruto then sensed a large amount of chakra. Everyone look out. Naruto's warning came too late, as a gust of wind soon picked up. Sasuke and Sakura were hanging to their branches with chakra, but Naruto was midair and was swept away. Naruto-kun, Sakura yelled. Oh, I wouldn't worry about him, a voice said from above them. They looked to see the Chunin from before. You should be more worried about yourselves. The Chunin then sent a large wave of Naruto. Ouch. That was painful, Naruto said as he got up from the ground. Naruto then looked to see a large snake eyeing him hungrily. The snake was about to strike before a figure jumped from the trees and slammed its fist onto its head. The snake's skull was hit with enough force to crack its skull before dispelling. The figure then got off the ground before looking towards Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki Fu then got in a fighting stance. I'm going to have to kill you. Now hold on a minute. Naruto then looked to see Naya just now earth shunshin into the clearing. Naya then looked towards them, smiling. If anyone's playing with Naruto-kun, it will be me. Last time, as they were jumping, Naruto then sensed a large amount of chakra. Everyone look out. Naruto's warning came too late, as a gust of wind soon picked up. Sasuke and Sakura were hanging to their branches with chakra, but Naruto was midair and was swept away. Naruto-kun, Sakura yelled. Oh, I wouldn't worry about him, a voice said from above them. They looked to see the Chunin from before. You should be more worried about yourselves. The Chunin then sent a large wave of Naruto. Ouch. That was painful, Naruto said as he got up from the ground. Naruto then looked to see a large snake eyeing him hungrily. The snake was about to strike before a figure jumped from the trees and slammed its fist onto its head. The snake's skull was hit with enough force to crack its skull before dispelling. The figure then got off the ground before looking towards Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki Fu then got in a fighting stance. I'm going to have to kill you. Now hold on a minute. Naruto then looked to see Naya just now earth shunshin into the clearing. Naya then looked towards them, smiling. If anyone's playing with Naruto-kun, it will be me. The two Jinchuriki's attention was now on the Iwa Nin in the trees. Naya still kept her smile, but the area was soon flooded with killing intent. Naruto unconsciously clenched the Rosario before pulling his hand away and drawing a kunai. Without Sakura or any of the girls here I can't transform the normal way. Looks like I'll have to fight without my Shinso power for now. Naruto thought. Scene change. In Naruto's mindscape the two inhabitants were also watching the battle. Kyuubi looked at the scene with small curiosity while inner Naruto still kept a calm neutral look. What now Shinso kit? Both of those vixens are too much for the ninja kit without his Yuki. Kyuubi stated. I know that. However, inner Naruto then showed the Biju a fox-like smirk similar to Naruto's own. When the time calls for I'll step in and take over. Kyuubi then let a chuckle fly out its gigantic maw. Really then? A battle between Biju, mortals, and vampires, this will be interesting. Scene change. Naya's smile then turned into a hurt look. Naru-kun, you shouldn't be eyeing with other girls when you have me to play with. Naruto quietly saw through the act. What are you doing here Naya? I figure your team would be at the tower by now. Naya then regained her smile. Oh, we don't care about this exam, even with the Tsuchikage Jisen's orders I wouldn't care. Our orders are to kill Uchiha-san and capture you, that's all. From the killing intent you're pumping out doesn't seem like all. What's your real reason for being here? Naruto then turned to Fu. And before I forget you too. My orders are to capture the Jinchuriki of Konoha. Fu said with a neutral look. Well, I'm certainly popular aren't I? Iwa and now Taki both wanting to capture me. Well, let me just tell you both one thing. Naruto then pulled out a red scroll, He then opened it and pulled out a sword from the scroll. Naruto then raised Shinku no Tsurugi to both Kunoichi. I'm not going anywhere without a fight. He's got guts, I'll give him that. Fu thought. I agree Fu, let me know when you need my chakra. Nanabe said. Alright. Naya just continued to smile. Good. This would get too boring if you didn't try. Naya then went through several hand seals before jumping high into the air. Naya crossed her arms in front of her as she floated in mid-air. Naya then looked at Naruto with cold eyes. Try not to die too quickly Naru-kun. Nanabe. Fu quickly thought. On it. Nanabe then sent a small amount of chakra to Fu. Fu's skin then took on a glassy shine. Naruto then got himself in a ready stance with Shinku no Tsurugi. Naruto then began channeling chakra to the blade and it began glowing blue. Here goes nothing. Naya's body then began to glow a white aura. The aura then became solid before breaking into thousands of white shards that hovered in the air. Naya then pointed down and all the shards then pointed towards the two Jinchuriki. Ninpo. Kongo Soha A.N. The name is from Inuyasha, this move however is mine. Closing parenthesis. The white shards began raining down towards the ground. Fu got into a defensive stance and crossed her arms to protect her face. The shards then appeared to bounce off her now solid skin. Naruto on the other hand. Naruto then closed his eyes and got ready to swing his sword, Shinku no Tsurugi now full covered in his chakra. Naruto then sung with all his might and an arc of chakra flew from the blade. The arc quickly destroyed all the shards in its path before flying to its target. Naya quickly dodged the attack and then landed back on the ground. Naya then began clapping her hands. Hooray, you didn't die. Most shinobi would have either run or hid for cover. Not liked it would have worked. Naruto then looked at the shards that were now dissipating then turned to Naya. Kongo Soha. Diamond Shard Blast, is that some king of Kekkei Genkai? Naruto then dashed towards Naya who was still smiling. Naya quickly went through Psalm seals before placing a hand on the ground. Doden. Tsurugi no Ishi. A sword-shaped stone rose into Naya's hand. Naya then blocked Naruto's strike and the two proceeded in Kenjutsu. As Naruto As fighting he noticed Naya had no stance, just carefree strikes and blocks. Naruto then quickly sent a thrust forward, Naya dodged but a cut still formed on her cheek. The two then separated to dodge a blast of water. You didn't forget about me did you? Fu said as she got Naruto's attention. Fu then went through hand seals and brought out a jug. The jug then shattered as the water hardened into a sword. Before Naruto can make a move both Jinchurikis felt a power they were both familiar with. That's Yuki. But how? Fu thought. Fu, you need to take cover now. Fu the N focused Nanabe's chakra and a pair of insect wings appeared on her back. As she flew to higher ground she saw the Yuki was coming from Naya. What is she? Naya then moved her hand on her cut and then licked the blood. Naya now had a sadistic smile in place of her innocent smile. Now you got me wet, Naru-kun. Let me return the favor. The stone sword then cracked and fell apart. In its place was an ethereal white sword, a diamond blade. Naya then cut her palm with the blade and let her blood flow onto the sword. The sword that changed into a bloody red. I'll return the favor, Naru-kun, by splashing blood everywhere. Team 7 and Orochimaru, Sasuke and Sakura looked up at the Chunin. The shinobi just stood there on her branch, kept unleashing on the two genin. Sasuke and Sakura soon saw an illusion of their deaths. Sasuke just stood there frozen as his heart speed up. This pressure, it feels just like. Sakura fell to her knees before trying to rid herself of fear. This is compared to Zabuza's, it's on another level. Naruto-kun, where are you? How disappointing. Maybe your other teammate would have provided me with some entertainment. The Chunin said. What have you done with Naruto? Sakura shouted, her fear replaced with concern for her friend crush. Oh, I just sent a little something to keep him preoccupied. The Chunin said. Orochimaru then felt his summon's demise. I didn't think he would defeat it that easily. I wonder what happened. Scene change. Naruto was busy dodging and blocking Naya's wild swings. Every time Naruto landed a hit, Naya just continued her onslaught. When Naruto got cut, Naya's swings seemed to get wilder. That's right. Bleed for me, Naru-kun. Naya shouted. The large snake summon then slithered into the battlefield and then found its target when it tried to swallow both Naruto and Naya. The latter then sent a bloody arc that slashed through the snake. After the summon's death, the two quickly resumed their bloody ballet. Scene change. Sakura then looked at the frightened Uchiha and then turned back to the Chunin. Uchiha's not going to be any help yet. I have to stall for time until Naruto-kun can get back. Shanaru. Let's beat this heat, she freak. Sakura then pulled a small bag from her tools. Sakura then opened the pouch and the cherry blossoms began surrounding her form. Sakura then let all the petals surround her. Orochimaru looked at the display with interest and curiosity. Seems like they all have something interesting this time around. Senbon Sakura. The Sakura petals began swirling rapidly around the kunoichi. Sakura then pointed her hands forward and the petals flew towards the shinobi. Orochimaru jumped from his branch and seized the blades cut cleanly through the branch. You're not getting away. Sakura then directed it to follow Orochimaru. Think how Yamcha would guide his spirit ball technique. Closing parenthesis. The streams of Sakura petals then turned and started to follow its target. Orochimaru kept up with evading and observing the, in his opinion, odd jutsu. So she can control its movements. Guess I have no choice. Orochimaru then shunsons to a branch and goes through hand seals. As the attack turns and heads towards the Sannin, he completed his seals. Futon. Datapa. A gust of wind then blew the petals back towards Sakura. Sakura then stopped the technique. Orochimaru then sends kunai towards the genin and Sakura then uses the petals to form a shield. While the kunai bounces off of the shield, Sakura turns to Sasuke. Come on, wake up, Uchiha. Do elites like you always freeze up when in a fight? Sakura asks. Sakura sees that these words have no effect in the end, tries something she knows that will work. How are going to kill that certain someone if you can't even handle some killing intent? Sakura yelled. Those words got Sasuke's blood flowing. After thinking back to the Uchiha massacre and Itachi's last words, settle for hating me. If you want to kill me, then devote your life to hating me. Itachi's cold words kept repeating themselves inside of Sasuke's head. Sasuke's Sharingan then activated and the tomos began spinning madly in the Uchiha's eyes. Sakura, get out of the way, Sasuke said in a cold tone. Sakura returned, added the petals to its pouch and then backed away onto another branch. Sasuke then looked at Orochimaru with a dark glare. His Uchiha blood is aflame. I guess the girl did me a favor. Orochimaru then turned his attention to Sasuke. Come, little Uchiha, show me what you can do. Naruto. Naruto was panting as he finally got some distance away from the blood-happy kunoichi. Naruto's clothes were cut in various places and blood was flowing from scars that were now healing. How can she use Yuki? How can she keep going like this? Naruto as he observed his enemy. Naya's yukata sleeves were now gone and blood was flowing from wounds on her arms. Naya's whole body was covered in blood and her eyes were glowing red as she licked blood from her blade. Don't stop Naru-kun. Aft. You got me all wet, I want to play some more. Naya said with a sadistic laugh. This is insane. No matter how much damage she takes she keeps going. Naruto thought. It's because of her blood kit. Kyuubi informed him. Blood. What does blood have to do with this? Is she a vampire too? No, something much different. Kyuubi said that got both Naruto's attention. Kyuubi then dragged Naruto into his mindscape to make it easier to explain. I didn't smell it before, but that vixen is definitely a berserker Yukai. Berserker. Berserker. Both Naruto's thought. Kyuubi then continued with its explanation. Berserker were warriors that roamed battlefields throughout here in Makai. They had blood-red eyes and Abiju levels of bloodlust. Berserkers are able to take down hundreds in their paths and their thirst for battle and blood cannot be matched. Kyuubi explained. So I'm not getting anywhere just fighting her like this? Naruto asked. Kyuubi then gave him a nod. Maybe if you used my power then you can match hers. Kyuubi said with a dark look. No thanks, we don't need two crazy demons out there. Outer Naruto then turned to Inner Naruto who gave him a grin. Looks like it's time to test it. Better now than never. Inner Naruto then placed a hand on Kyuubi's seal. What are you Tsuengaki doing? Asked the curious Biju. Let me put it like this. The Rosario had a restriction seal that stops Naruto from releasing it until sometime when we can modify the seal. Inner Naruto said with a knowing look. From what we now about your seal is that I can draw power from you in life-death situations and with my own will. Naruto said. Your point. We're using your seal to bypass the Rosario. Both Naruto's finished. And how do you know this will work? Kyuubi asked. Outer Naruto then gave Kyuubi a fox-like smirk while Inner Naruto started channeling Yuki into the seal and then began to vanish. When Inner Naruto vanished completely, Naruto's smirk grew wider. Guess it worked. Scene change. Come on Naru-kun, let's play a little long. Naya then stopped when she felt a wave of Yuki started to form. Naya looked around before looking to see where Naruto was standing was a pillar of red light. The moon then gained a blood-red glow and the pillar then faded into bats, in Naruto's place. Was Inner Naruto with a dark smirk on his face. Guess it worked. A.N.Q. monster by Skillet. Naya stared in shock at the aura before her, before Naruto's aura with warm and playful one. Of the reasons she felt attraction towards it. This aura was dark and cold, one that demanded respect. Naya then got serious and raised her blade. I see you're taking this seriously. Naruto then channeled chakra into Shinku no Tsurugi. Before it would have a soft blue glow, it now grew blood red. Naruto then got into a swinging stance and then sent a red arc of Yuki towards Naya. Naya retaliated by sending a wave of blood from her blade. The two arcs collided into each other and struggled for dominance. Naruto's attack won and Naya had to jump out of the way. As she was in the air, Naruto appeared in front of her and threw a punch. Naya blocked it, but she was sent flying through two trees before making a Naya-shaped hole in a third. Not only do you see yourself as my equal, you see yourself as worthy enough to draw a vampire's blood. Maybe I should show you your place. Naruto then got into a ready stance. Naya then walked out of the tree, but she still held a frown on her normally happy face. Who are you? Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto answered. No, you're not. You have Naru-kun's face and body, but you're not Naru-kun. Naya stated. You're not as dumb as you appear to be. I'm not lying, I am Naruto Uzumaki, the other half. Naruto said. No fa_r. I wanted to fight Naru-kun, not some cold version of him. Naya said as she threw a tantrum. Does it matter? You still have a fight, don't you, berserker? Naruto asked. I'm only a berserker, Han you, for your information. And Naru-kun is fun to fight with, you're just boring. Naya complained. Then blood then flowed from Naya's body and clothing into her blade and changed its shape. Naya was now holding an ethereal blood-red cross. I hate boring fights. Die. Naya then sent the cross towards Naruto. The cross destroyed everything in its path as it continued towards the Shinso. Guess I have no choice. Naruto then went through hand seals and then placed a hand forward. The cross hit Naruto's hand but was stopped as soon as it hit his hand. Big mistake, using blood against a Shinso vampire, now suffer the consequences. The cross then broke apart and turned into a ball of energy. Naruto then sent the energy back as a wave of energy. Shinso art. Chizio cannon. Naya stood still in shock and was then hit by the full force of the attack. The attack exploded and Naruto just watched the devastation from his attack. As smoke filled the area, Naruto let only one sentence leave his mouth. Know your place. Scene change. Sakura watch. As Sasuke continued engaging the Chunin in taijutsu. Sometime in the middle of the fight she saw a pillar of what she thought was chakra form from a place not far from where they are. Naruto-kun, I hope you're alright. Sakura soon saw an explosion occur a few minutes later at that same place, but she turned back to her other teammate. Sasuke landed on a branch away and pulled out a set of kunai and fuma shuriken. This is it, all or nothing. Sasuke then threw kunai and shuriken at Orochimaru. Orochimaru dodged, and when he did, Sasuke had a small smirk. Sasuke then used den strings on his tools to bind Orochimaru to a tree. Sasuke then readied hand seals and flames appeared around him. Kaden. Ruka no Jutsu. The flames then traveled along the thin ninja wire and Orochimaru lit up in a blazing inferno. As the Sannin was burned to a crisp, Sasuke then landed on a branch near Sakura in exhaustion. Sasuke turned to walk away, but a voice sent a chill through his spine. Excellent. The power of the Uchiha clan is amazing. A male voice said. Sasuke turned around to see the ninja get up and walk towards him. Some of the shinobi's face was burned, but it peeled away and showed pale white skin and yellow snake-like eyes. Well, is that Sasuke-kun? Orochimaru asked. Scene change. Naruto watched as the smoke cleared and it showed Naya struggling to stand. Naya was now covered in burns and her sword was destroyed by the attack. Naya's eyes returned to their soft pink color. You're still up and about. No matter, this battle is over. Naruto then turned to the flying kunoichi from earlier. What about you? Care to try your luck? Don't even try it, Fu. Even now he doesn't seem exhausted from transforming in that jutsu. Fu agreed and turned her attention back to Naruto. Not now, but later we will meet again. Fu then retreated into the forest. Well, this is pointless. Naya then made it back to her feet. I wanted a fun fight, but now all I got is a cold stick in the mud. I'll fight you again when you turn back into my Naru-kun. Naya then walked away from the clearing before disappearing in an earth shunshin. Naruto made no comment and just resealed his sword before jumping towards where he senses his teammates' chakra. I hope they're alright. Outer Naruto said. We'll find out as soon as we arrive. Scene change. This guy is on a whole different level. Sasuke thought as he backed away from the shinobi. Is that really all the Uchiha clan has to offer? How disappointing. Orochimaru said. Sasuke began thinking of ways out of the situations and then pulls out the scroll from his pouch. And throws it towards the shinobi. That's our scroll, take it and go. Sasuke said. Kukuku. While I accept your generous gift. Orochimaru then caught the scroll and lit it on fire. I care nothing for this exam. Orochimaru then went through hand seals and his ek then extended and bit Sasuke in the shoulder. Sasuke screamed in agony as a seal soon appeared on place of the bite mark. Sakura saw Sasuke pass out and then summoned some Sakura petals to bring Sasuke towards her. After Sasuke was lifted away from the shinobi, Sakura then asked the million-dollar questions. Who are you? Why did you attack us? What did you do to Uchiha Tem? Sakura asked. I just gave Sasuke-kun a small gift. Orochimaru began melting into the ground. He then sent Sakura one last snake glare. I am Orochimaru. Soon Sasuke will come to me seeking power. AF. Chair Orochimaru completely melted away. Sakura then picked Sasuke up and began looking for a place to rest. As she saw a tree with a large opening for shelter, she landed and started performing what little first aid she knew. Naruto-kun. Find us quickly. Sakura thought. Scene change. Naruto at the last place he saw his teammates. Naruto started looking around and began feeling for their chakras. After a minute of sensing, Naruto took off into the forest. I can feel Sakura's chakra and faintly feel Uchiha's chakra. I need to hurry before Naruto's thoughts were interrupted by a wave of sand. As the sand tried to enclose him, Naruto sent a wave of Yuki to blow the sand away. When Naruto landed on the ground to see his attackers, he turns to see the Suna siblings. So this is the guy Kosa. He doesn't look like much. Kankuro said. Don't go underestimating people, Kankuro, it may cost you your life. Temari said. None of you interfere, Kosa said as she stepped forward. The sand then returned to her gourd. This fight is mine. I will kill him to prove my existence. 3 in 1 night. Kami must love screwing with me. Outer Naruto commented. Doesn't matter, I'll still beat her. Teammate. As they were following the Suna siblings, they were shocked to find them in a clearing with Naruto. They landed a few trees away to not be detected but still observe the fight. Naruto-kun, be careful, Hinata thought as she watches the battle about to begin. The forest was unusually silent as the shinobi stared each other down. Temari and Kankuro backed away from what they knew would be a violent battle. They wanted to help their sister but they knew not to get in the way when she was like this. The Suna Kunoichi eyed her prey as the beast inside laughed with bloodlust and insanity. Kill him. Slaughter him. Let Shinso blood pour from the sky. Shukaku howled with a maniacal laugh. While Kosa was having her mental talks, Naruto was having his own as well. The Shinso Hanyu was busy talking with his other half. We don't have to stay here. You felt Sasuke's chakra fade until it was almost gone. We have to find our team and see if they are all right. Outer Naruto shouted from their mind. I could hardly care for the Uchiha, and from the feel of Sakura's chakra she can hold her own and protect them both until we arrive. Besides, inner Naruto kept his gaze on Kosa with cold calculating eyes. This doesn't look like a battle we can avoid. Naruto's Shinso half then cut the connection, leaving outer Naruto's cries of switching back and leaving the battle unheard. He looked down at the Rosario, seeing it glow a faint red from the Yuki he forced through the seal. I won't have much time until the failsafe on the seal kicks in. Inner Naruto grunted in annoyance. The last fights took more out of me than I thought. All thoughts stopped as Kosa pulled the cork off her gourd and allowed the sand to pour out and lashed towards Naruto. Naruto jumped back and avoided being wrapped in the sand. He pulled out his sword and used his speed to slash at Kosa's torso. Some of the sand immediately created a shield and blocked the blade as it approached Kosa's body. The rest of the sand circled around and tried to envelop the Shinso from behind. Naruto only glared at the sand and used a substitution to escape. The Hanyu tried to channel Yuki into his blade only to feel slightly drained. I guess my reserves are low from bypassing the Rosario and fighting those other women. His train of thought was interrupted as he was once again avoiding sand. Scene change. This is insane, Kiba said as teammate continued to watch the battle. We saw what that girl could do with that and of hers, and somehow Naruto is holding his own. The problem is that you're underestimating Naruto's abilities, though his new appearance does raise some questions. Shino added as he focused on both shinobi. Hinata kept silent as she watched her crush do battle with who she thought was the most dangerous competition in the exams. She knew right now that it was Naruto's other half fighting, but she was rooting for them both. Hinata. Shino's voice called Hinata's attention away from the battle. Yes, Shino-kun, can you use your Byakugan and look at them both? The Aburame calmly asked her. What, seeing those two fight is enough. I don't even want to think about what kind of chakra they have. Kiba said with Orochimaru whimpering inside of his coat. Hinata activated her KKEI Genkai and gasped when she saw Naruto's chakra. From the time since Naruto's return, she noticed that he now had 3 different types of chakra, each with their own different colors. Outer Naruto's was a bold blue, inner's was a crimson blood red, and a third one with orange almost vermilion colored chakra. As Hinata continued to scan, she saw a large amount of crimson chakra was being held back and only a few barely got out the block. The Hyuga then remembered back when Naruto's Rosario came off. How is Naruto-kun transformed if the Rosario is still attached? Is that why he isn't doing well in this fight? Hinata asked herself. Scene change. Naruto finally managed to fill Shinku no Tsurugi with Yuki and slashed through the demonic sand. He rushed forward and thrusted his sword, hoping to end the battle. Kosa's sand rose to protect her, but it wasn't able to stop the sword as it reached her sand armor. Kosa's eyes widened in shock and willed the sand to form WHIPS that lashed at the silver-haired genin. Naruto was struck by the whips but was able to push away with his sword as he started panting. If I could remove the Rosario, this wouldn't be happening. Naruto silently complained as he tried and force more Yuki into his blade. Flashback. Hey, I was thinking about something. About how maybe I could remove the Rosario myself. Naruto said to his copy. The way it is set up now is we can't remove it unless we are at the time of fusion or if we change the seal. Inner reminded him. True, but what if we bypass the Rosario? We have more than one seal. Outer placed a hand on his stomach signifying the Kyuubi's seal. That will be a temporary solution if any. The Rosario may still keep a lot of Yuki back within the seal, we can't rely on that. Inner said to his copy. The two Narutos continued to think as they tried to think of solutions for the seal. Flashback end. I hate to say it, but I wish one of those women would show up. Naruto thought as he readied his blade. He slashed and cut the many whips of sand but soon saw Kosa send a wave his way. Naruto put his sword away as he summoned a shadow clone. The original jumped and pushed off the clone's shoulders as it was swallowed by the sand. Naruto, now airborne, sent an arc of Yuki from his blade towards the Ichiraku Jinchuriki. Kosa made a small way of sand to block it but saw the Yuki biting down through her shield threatening to reach her. The Suna Kunoichi poured some of the Shukaku's Yuki into the sand to harden it as the attacks continued their stalemate. Naruto now landed on the ground and saw that his wave was now losing energy from struggling against the sand shield. Damn, not enough Yuki. Once again I meet another woman who is more than she appears. Scene change. It seems that due to whatever has happened before this battle, Naruto is now low on chakra. Shino said, or whatever energy he is using at this moment. What? Damn it, Naruto is screwed if we don't get him out of there. Kiba said, that's illogical, we can't take the chance of them finding us, and where is Hinata? Shino asked. Kiba now started looking around for the Hyuga heiress and then saw that Hinata was gone. Ark. Akamaru barked out and got the boy's attention. Kiba and Shino followed the dog's gaze and looked up and saw Hinata in the trees beginning a few hand seals. Scene change. Kankuro chuckled a bit as he watched the fight continue. Well, he's putting on a good fight but he won't last long. It's almost as if he's holding back. Tamari continued to analyze the fight. Why would he? Against Kosa you need to use everything you have against her. Holding back or not, it's all over. Kankuro said. With the two battling shinobi, Naruto was now panting a bit as he held his sword in a defensive stance. Kosa had her sand swirling around her, though you could see the small slashes of her sea lots that showed where Shinku no Tsurugi made it through her shield. He cut through my sand, how is that possible? Kosa thought. It doesn't matter. Kill him, kill him. Shukaku chorused throw. Her head causing the girl a migraine. Naruto noticed the kunoichi clenching her head. So she doesn't have complete control over her demon, but still at this rate I can only delay my loss. Naruto. Uzumaki, the girl said calmly until a maniacal grin spread across her face as her sand began to rise. Kosa gathered all the sand she had so she could make sure that he couldn't escape. Make me feel alive. Naruto only stood as the sand shot across the field towards him. He stood strong with his stance but knew that he probably would not survive this wave. This is how I'm going to die. Because of something as insignificant as this seal. Wait, who is? Naruto asked as he saw a silhouette appear before him as the sand wrapped around the two. He tried to push the figure away until he saw hands move towards the Rosario. Kosa smiled as Naruto was soon within a cocoon of sand. And now, sand. Click. Pure Yuki blasted away the sand that was once wrapped around the Jinchuriki. All those watching the fight felt pressure from the chakra as it was concentrated on that one point in the forest. Kosa only looked in confusion as her prey stood with his crimson eyes glowing. Hinata opened her eyes and looked inside her hands was the lock of the Rosario. She looked up and saw she was held up bridal style by her crush, causing her to blush. Naruto set her down and resumed his stance. Hinata, right. The Hyuga heiress nodded, frozen from shock and a bit of fear as she looked at the other half of Naruto. The boy stood in front of her as if shielding her from the fight. While I thank you for releasing the seal, I suggest that you steer clear of the area. The Shino said as he glared at his opponent. That look, it's different from before. Kosa thought as she was intimidated by the Hanyu's increase in Yuki. Hurry up and kill him before he attacks. The Ichiraku tried to warn its host. Kosa wondered what the normally bloodthirsty Biju was talking about until she saw the amount of energy flowing from Naruto's blade. Hinata backed further away from the fight as the energy Naruto was releasing let her know that he was planning to end it soon. Naruto raised his sword as it now gained a blood-red hue. You actually gave me a good battle, but can you do it now that I'm using all my strength? Naruto spoke up to the Jinchuriki. This guy is unreal. He might. No, he is stronger than Kosa. Kankuro said with fear. We have to retreat. Tamari quickly said. As he is now not even Kosa's sand armor will be able to stop his attack. Use my power. Let's crush this Gaki. Shukaku roared. However, Kosa did one thing that the Biju and her siblings did not expect. The red-haired beauty gathered the sand around Team B. Aki and they disappeared inside a large sand shunshin. She actually ran. She must have some common sense after all. Naruto looked at the Rosario and clenched it with his free hand. He turned to the direction the rest of Team 8 was hiding. Both of you get out here. Naruto calmly said, though you hear authority underneath his tone. With their cover blown, Kiba and Shino exited from their hiding place and into the clearing. The two shinobi and Ninken walked towards their comrades. Still attracting trouble, Naruto, but what was all that? Kiba asked out of curiosity. I'm so interested in this new appearance of yours, and also how you seem to gain more power after Hinata jumped into the battle. Shino asked, noticing the link necklace and the Rosario in Naruto's hand. Maybe you might find out sometime. However, now is not that time. Naruto said and then turned his back about to jump into the treetops. Wait, where are Sasuke and Sakura? Did something happen? Kiba asked. Sasuke and Sakura, Hinata said quietly as she started to wonder why Naruto was alone in the forest of death. We were ambushed as soon as we got into the forest. I got separated from them, so I need to get back. Naruto quickly explained. Then we need to hurry to your teammates, Naruto. Shino said. Shino, I thought we were going to the tower. We have the scrolls we need. Weren't you the one who said it was illogical to stay in the forest longer than necessary? Kiba asked. I don't need help, nor do I require it. Naruto then leapt up into the air and onto a large branch. My advice would be to leave the forest or enter the storm that's about to blow. After that was said, the demonic ninja jumped through the foliage of the trees, leaving a confused teammate on the ground. As they stood silent, Hinata sighed and turned to the boys. We need to hurry to the tower. Hinata said softly. Are you sure? We can still catch up to him. Shino said. I'm actually with her and going to the tower. My instincts keep telling me something big might happen if we stay out here, plus we have that Suna team to worry about. Kiba said. Orochimaru finally popped his head from inside Kiba's jacket, sensing the danger was gone. You're actually speaking sense, Kiba, Shino said, though it almost sounded like a question. Hey, very well, it may be safer if we continue on to the tower. Shino then held up a hand and a palm-sized insect flew into his hand. Whoa Shino, what happened to your beetle? Kiba asked. The now revealed Kikiachi moved sluggishly on Shino's hand. Not used to its new size. Shino, you said that your Kikaichu feeds on chakra, right? Hinata asked. Shino nodded. Yes, why do you ask? Then whose chakra did that Kikaichu feed from? Scene change. Naruto was rushing through the forest searching for signs of his teammates. I'm sure Shino's insect must have returned to him by now. I don't need to protect any more people right now. The Shinso Hanyu used his enhanced speed to travel through the forest, trying to backtrack towards where his teammates first separated. With Sakura, since the fight, Sakura aced the cloth that rested on Sasuke's head with a new one as she finished up healing what she could. Soon after the one known as Orochimaru left, she decided that it would be best to find shelter and wait for Naruto to find them. The cherry blossom sighed and walked out of the tree. She knew that she would have to defend this area from any teams, so she decided to set some traps. Sakura pulled out the supplies from her pouch. I probably set a few traps and maybe some decoys, Sakura said as she ran her finger across the ninja wire she had. The kunoichi then planned her traps as she was left to her thoughts. Flashback. Naruto shook his head. No, Sakura-chan, you are special. So what if your family didn't descend from Yukai? The one that married my Shinso ancestor was a full-blooded human just like you. That's how I know you're special, Sakura-chan. Flashback end. Sakura blushed as she turned over the earth. Now is not the time to be thinking like that, I need to be a kunoichi. As the girl went back to the shelter she prepared, she heard an explosion off in a far distance from her location. The sudden pound of her heart told her that it could be Naruto Bu. She stayed where she was to guard the injured Uchiha. Night passed and soon it was a new day. Sakura opened her eyes and cursed herself a bit for falling asleep when she should be keeping watch. 3 more days left. Naruto-kun, where are you? Scene change. In a large tree, Naruto opened his eyes and saw that he was normal again. Outer Naruto stood up and looked down at his Rosario. I must have pushed the transformation to its limit. Naruto jumped to the ground and walked towards a river that was nearby. He checked his reflection and saw the slit of his eyes and the silver tips of his hair. We've already started to merge inner, Naruto said. So you are back, mind pulling me up to speed on why you stopped? Naruto asked. While I was at full power, you know that wit. The Yuki we were admitting we would attract possibly anything towards us, hoping for a challenge. I am more than willing to show my power, though I figured I should rest to allow us both to regain energy. His Shinso half explained. That fight with that Iwa Kunoichi was a tough one. Naruto grumbled both out loud and in his head. Still, I should be close to where that wind blew me off course. I'll find Sakura-chan and Uchiha soon. Naruto turned to leave but then looked up, feeling another presence nearby. He decided to save his thoughts for later as he took off into the forest. Above in the trees was Fu as she hid herself from the blonde. He seems different again, though I think I can weaken and capture him now. Fu thought. You had help from that berserker and that sudden Fuuden jutsu last time. You can attack him, or what? Fu asked Nanabe as she leapt to keep up with her target. If what I know is right, Kyuubi was always sealed by the best seal masters, all of them in this village. Nanabe recalled. How does that relate to this? Fu asked again. Think, if a village can seal a biju, they could possibly destroy a simple seal as an obedience one. Nanabe said as it got its point across. That Gaki could help us with our predicament. But I attacked him before, how can I get him to listen to me now? Fu asked her biju. You can always go up and ask. You'll never know unless you find out. Fu nodded as she tried thinking over her course of action. She flared her chakra, making her known to the one she was following. Naruto stopped feeling the flare of chakra and turned around and saw one of the kunoichi from the night before. You again. Naruto reached for his sword only to see her raise her empty hands up. I'm not here to fight this time. I have a proposal in mind for you. Fu said. Proposal? Naruto then relaxed but kept his guard up. And what is this proposal? Scene change. Sakura's eyes began to droop, showing her exhaustion. Most of her time was filled with guarding the shelter or tending to Sasuke's sudden heat flashes. The thing worrying her was the mark that was left on Sasuke's neck. She could tell that it was foul and evil just by being around it. The girl then turned her attention back to scanning the area, hands in both of her pouches. Meanwhile, as Sakura did secure, a team from Odo was scanning her shelter from a distance. I'm actually surprised she's still up, it looked like she had a long night of guarding. Dosu said. Why are we still waiting? I say we attack the Uchiha now. Zaku restrained himself from yelling. And that type of thinking is why I'm leader of this team and you are not. Dosu spoke calmly. What did you say? Zaku said with a low growl. Both of you shut up. The two got silent hearing Kin's words. It's obvious the girl is tired, but we don't know what abilities she has. Orochimaru-sama only spoke of her having a strange jutsu. Dosu recalled the information given to them. We're going to have to test her. The small tracings of a nearby animal were easily heard by Dosu as he quickly snatched up an animal to use for his test. Sakura soon heard a rustle of the plants nearby and ready to kunai. She knew during this test she needed to keep every advantage she had and keep her new jutsu a secret. As the squirrel jumped from the bushes, Sakura let out a sigh of relief and tried to calm her nerves. After her quick breath, Sakura saw the rodent approach one of her traps. She quickly threw a kunai towards it and frightened it away from the field. Seeing that the crisis was averted, Sakura paid attention once more to her surroundings. Think she noticed the bomb you planted on the rat? Zaku asked. No, I believe it was something else. He then stood up from his hunched position. Get ready to move in. Scene change. Alright, talk. What is this proposal? Naruto asked, losing a bit of patience. You are Konohagakure's Jinchuriki, is that correct? Fu asked. Jinchuriki, is she talking about the Kyuubi? Naruto spoke in his head before answering. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, why are you asking? Fu sighed and then began to speak. The reason I was sent to infiltrate your village was to bring you to Tokigakure to increase its military power. And the reason you are telling me this? Naruto asked. I was forced to accept this mission, I did not decide by choice. Fu said. Force, aren't you a shinobi from Taki? The questions continued to flow. Rough Naruto's mind as talking to the Nanabi Jinchuriki seems to give more questions than answers. I suppose that answer would normally be yes, but Fu showed the collar around her neck with a seal on the front. To the current leader I am nothing but a tool to use for Taki's well-being. It's like Haku-chan in a way, Naruto thought. Pathetic, sending their pet to come and capture us. Not only did they risk Taki's safety if she were caught, but they probably thought her experience in using her Biju would make her successful. Inner Naruto criticized her. Kyuubi looked from its bars into the screen the Hanyu was using and saw the seal on Fu's neck. So those antiques are still around. Antiques. Both Narutos questioned the Biju. In simple ways, think of it as a beast collar. Those, obedience seal, were used back then by those who sought to command demons without the use of Fuinjutsu. Kyuubi explained. Or other methods. So it does its purpose. However, it's flawed, isn't it? Inner Naruto asked. Right, anyone who can break a seal or is powerful enough to sever the bond can break the seal. Kyuubi said. However, do we know if she is telling the truth? Inner said. Telling the truth? Why would she talk about her mission to her target if she was telling the truth about the seal? Naruto tried to see Inner's logic. Maybe she's Jew. Saint that cocky, or perhaps it works like the Rosario and suppresses a great deal of her power. Inner said. Either way, despite what both of us say, Ninjin, it is your choice. Kyuubi said. Scene change. Sakura forced her eyes open again as she felt sleep beginning to overtake her. Just as she thought she was about to lose it, the sound of shinobi arriving startled her awake. Sakura looked in shock, seeing a shinobi team. A shinobi team who was wearing the same headband as Orochimaru. Hey, wake up Sasuke and tell him we're here to kill him. Dosu said. Sakura answered his Rex T by standing up with a kunai raised to defend both her and her teammate. I don't see why you're asking here, I say we just kill her and wake him up ourselves. Zaku began to walk towards the Konoha kunoichi. Sakura tightened her stance, hoping for him to take a few more steps. Before Zaku could proceed, Dosu called him back. Zaku, stop. The brash member of Team Odo stopped, looking back at the leader. Dosu chuckled a bit as he walked up next to Dosu. You think you're clever, aren't you? Dosu then turned the team's attention to the ground. This patch of dirt doesn't match the rest, which means it was dug up recently. So Pinky here set a trap for us. Kin said as she stood back, allowed Dosu and Zaku to proceed. Zaku then smirked and maneuvered over Sakura's trap. Ice try girly, but a simple trap like that won't stop us. Instead of looking distraught and hopeless like they wanted, Sakura gave them a smirk of her own. She held her kunai slightly more to her rig, HT, and then cut the air and let out a silent sound fill the air. A second trap. Dosu then heard the sound coming from above and saw a large tree trunk swing towards his teammate. Sakura watched, thinking her plan had succeeded, but was stunned at the next action. Do you honestly think a weak trap like this is enough to stop me? Zaku held up his hands towards the swinging mass of wood. Zankaha. Air waves blew from the holes in Zaku's hands and destroyed the trap, sending small amounts of debris around the field. Sakura was shocked seeing her trap destroyed that easily as she stood with her kunai. So is that all you got, or are you actually going to fight? Zaku taunted her. Last chance for you to walk out of here alive. Kin added as she pulled out some senbon. Dosu W. As silent, but the clenching and unclenching of his large melody arm gave off the same message as the other two. Even if Uchiha Tem is a pain in the ass, I can't leave a teammate behind. Sakura thought, taking her sensei's words to heart. The cherry blossom opened her pouch and allowed tiny pink cherry blossoms to fill the air. My senbon Sakura. The Odo trio looked around, seeing the petals dance in the air. Is it a genjutsu? Dosu asked Kin. No, it isn't disrupting our senses, it's no genjutsu I've ever seen. Kin. Whatever it is, I'll blow it away just like I will this girl. Zaku aimed towards Sakura. Zaku, wait. Zankaha. The large pressure of air shot forward towards Sakura. Dust flew as the wind-based attack tore through the air and finally hit its target. Team. Oto looked at the smoke cleared only to see a glowing pink wall. The wall faded into petals and revealed Sakura. If he hasn't told you anything about this jutsu, then I will have to show you then. Sakura then held her kunai as she would a sword. I've been working on this new one ever since that freak attacked us, you get to be the first ones to experience it. Chakra flew into the kunai. The petals began to swirl in the air as light reflected off them, giving them a soft pink glow. The three readied themselves as Sakura prepared to release her onslaught. Sakura Ken. The multi-PLE blades then flew widely at the Oto team, intent on tearing them to pieces. Sakura huffed a bit as she put a bit of extra chakra into her attack to try and intensify the blades. The blades were flying through the air, slashing at any part of the Oto nin that they couldn't protect in time. The attack was slow, but the multiple of blades made up for that weakness. The attack went on until Zaku exploded in rage. That's enough. He sent a small blast of wind that blew the blades away. Zaku sent a dark glare Sakura's way as he aimed his next attack. Zankakyokua. Sakura looked wide-eyed as she couldn't collect a full shield in time as the large pressure of air slammed into her. She let out a loud scream as dust and wind enveloped her. Scene change. Rock Lee set a squirrel down after he safely removed the bomb from its back. He wondered why anyone would set a trap on a creature until he heard a soft explosion sound close by. That's the sound of an intense battle, I better go see. Lee then set off towards the sound of battle. The end. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next video.